Okay, we are now live on the YouTube side. Welcome you guys to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where today we actually have Bree, which you guys probably already know. And we have another new person that's going to be co-hosting with us today, and that is Nicole Beth. So welcome, Nicole.
Hi, everybody.
Y'all ready to talk about what happened this week?
Yeah, it was. I feel like quite a bit happened. It was kind of a slow week, but quite a bit happened. There's definitely some things to talk about.
Oh yes, a whole lot to talk about. Oh my goodness. All right. So what I'm gonna, for those that are new, just to let you guys know, we do the Young and the Restless in the first half of the show. Second half of the show, we do the Bold and the Beautiful. And then we have two segments at the end where we flip the script and who's taking some seats. So the flip the script segment, hold on. Excuse me. The flip the script segment is where if there's a particular scene or a storyline that you wish you could change, that's where we flip the script. And then who's taking some seats? Somebody that just absolutely got on your nerves. It was like, why were you on the screen? Go sit down somewhere. That's who we choose, who's going to take a seat. All right. All right. And then I'm going to add a little bit something new this week, where who is our star of the week. We got only can pick one. Our star of the week for each of the two shows. Okay? So keep that in mind.
Sounds good.
Yep, keep that in
All
mind.
right.
All right, you guys, you ladies ready?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the summary and then we'll break down the storyline. So, for the week of August 7th through August 11th for the Young and the Restless, Tucker Tucker blows up at, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Make sure. Okay, yeah. Tucker blows up at Audra. Heather tells Christine that she's getting the judge to kick her off the case, and Summer demands the truth from Phyllis. Summer realizes Phyllis will never change and agrees with Daniel that she belongs in prison as Phyllis accepts Christine's deal. After recounting her story in tears, Phyllis is shocked with the judge's sentence, and Mariah lectures Daniel for judging his mom. Ashley and Tucker offer Billy Jabot. Diane calls Audra a user, and Nate baffles Victoria and Nikki by proposing a merger of Newman Media. And then Audra is doomed after she and Nate stirs up Nikki's suspicions, and Phyllis' kids tell her that they are done with her. All right, so what storyline would you like to start with first?
Nicole, girl, why don't you start?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm still trying to keep on Young the Restless because I've been on and off with this show for a while. I'm more interested with the Phyllis, but I think that should be last because
Okay.
Phyllis has a real history.
You know what was really funny this week that it made me so happy was to see like Audra kind of come down her high horse a little bit, especially with that stuff that came out with her and Tucker. I was thrilled because this is what happens when you mess with a Newman. I guess we could start there if you guys want to.
Okay, so you want to start with the storyline of the news that came out about what I was going to say Nicholas, what Adam found?
Yes.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
You would think, as detailed as Audra is, that she would have at least covered her bases. And the thing is, why are you going around this brand new town with all these high upper echelon people and you know, thinking that your stuff doesn't stink, and then knowing that you did this in your past. Everything manages to come into the light. She knew this. Her job was never safe. So I'm happy that she's finally coming down her high horse. And I was surprised that it took anybody this long to find that out. I mean, as long as she's
Yeah,
been in town.
exactly. And the thing is, and even Keisha said it in the comments, because Keisha's not here this week. She's celebrating her sister's birthday. So, but she did jump into the comments section. And she was saying that this is the first time we've ever seen her worried. I mean, Audra usually carry a certain air about herself, like I'm untouchable, I know better than you, I'm 10 steps ahead of you, I can manipulate you. And with this new information coming to light, oh yeah, she's shaking.
Especially when Nikki gets a hold to her, and when she finds out that Audra and Kyle are messing around. I cannot wait for her to throw all that ammo at Audra. Audra will know what's coming to her, personally speaking.
Yeah, I'm surprised they have to know something, especially with Kyle working over there. I mean, we haven't seen that part of the storyline about what Victor and or well, especially Victor, is like, okay, why do we have Kyle over here working in Newman Media? You just left Jabot. We really didn't get to see a lot of that. So I'm curious to find out what his reaction or Nikki's reaction is going to be, especially being that that whole situation impacted, well, what happened with Summer. Now a lot of that is her choices, which we'll talk about later, because I don't know how I feel about what she said to her mom today.
Me either.
What?
I was kind of
Go
through
ahead.
with her.
You were done with
I
her?
Yeah. And the thing is, I get Summer's frustration. I do,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, this is your mom. I I understand Phyllis is not going to change, and everyone in that town knows that. But this
Mm-hmm.
is your mom. If she's at least trying to make some form of an effort to try to do right, at least try to go with it. Take it day by day, but don't treat your mom like that. Because if it was Nick, she would have forgave him.
Of course. But we'll get to that part of the storyline when it comes to Summer. But I mean, with Phyllis. But I agree with you on that. Now, this situation with Audra, the only way that she can get out of this, Bree and Nicole, is if they squeal on Adam, because I think especially Victoria, she disliked Adam more than she would probably hate what Nate and Audra are plotting. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't feel that Audra would do that. Audra's into protecting herself, and we saw that later on the week with after the discussion that she had with Nate, and that she pitched that idea to Nikki,
Mm-hmm.
but Audra more than likely will try to jump ship to another company. I guarantee you within a few weeks we'll see Audra working at Jabot, because once Kyle gets wind of what's going on, he doesn't stay in messy situations too long.
Right.
You see how quickly he left Jabot, but he knows Jabot was something he can always fall back on. Her, dealing with an Abbott. I mean, she's trying to make sure she has something in her back pocket at all times. So I don't see that thing coming out with as far as Adam.
Well,
I can't really.
well, the spoilers are out for next week.
Oh, oh goodness. What
Yeah,
happened?
yeah. I'll throw a couple of nuggets out there, but before we do, did you have anything on this, Nicole?
No,
Okay,
not when it comes to that. It's only really the Phyllis storyline I'm really interested in when it comes
okay,
to
okay,
Young and Restless.
okay. I got you. Okay, cool. Um, okay, so Bree. Apparently, spoiler alert, Kyle is going to assist her to get out of this jam. And it's getting back to Victor about the fact that Audra is being blackmailed by him. So, you know that Victor is not going to be happy about that. I don't even think they're going to give credence to that memo. You know what I mean? Because right now, Victor already has his radar on Adam, and you know where Victoria is. Victoria is out for blood when it comes to Adam. So with the two of them, whatever happened, I think they might. Well, I mean, because there's the other part of this where Nate is going to also bring some information to Victoria too. So I don't know if Nate is going to try to throw Audra under the bus. I know Kyle is going to try to save her too. So it's going to be interesting. But at the end of this, Adam is about to suffer the consequences of this one.
Which is, it's so stupid. I wish people can leave Adam alone. Do you know how many people Victor has blackmailed within a year alone? Come on. And of course Kyle is picking up where his daddy left off, ready to save and rescue another damsel in distress, facing charges always.
I know. That's why I don't understand why they wrote this storyline where Adam had to be attached to Sharon and Nick and then fall right up under the Newman umbrella. I would have rather for Sharon to just sell him, the tech company. Because she's so busy being mama bear to Adam. It's just irritating to watch.
It is. I don't understand what she's supposed to be bringing to the table.
Thank you.
They haven't even laid out a plan of what her role is. Is she going to be CEO, president of what? Picking out office designs or picking out office locations? That's all I've seen her do this week. That's it.
I mean, honestly, she only thing to me that she brought to this whole business deal is the business itself. What are you doing?
Oh, of course.
I mean, granted, she worked the Restless style 100 years ago, or she did some other stuff, and that's cool. Not saying that she can't be a business person. It's just the way that Sharon's storyline toward this business is being written in. I see Adam making all of the conversations. He's making all of the deals, but they're making him look like he's not the person that should be in business. And it's like when they were talking, remember that conversation he had with Victor over at the ranch, right? Who was doing all of the talking? Adam.
It was Adam.
Exactly. So for Nicholas and Sharon to be sitting there with their heads going like a bobblehead from left to right, looking at Victor and looking at Adam because they're negotiating and bargaining. It's like, well, what are you here for? Just to be a babysitter for Adam?
And they really don't need to. Nick is temp to hire. He is temporarily placed in any job, any situation. So I can't really even see this three partnership working out. And then you got Sharon. It would be more believable for me if she had like created like a new coffee bean and wanted to sell like coffee products or like try to rival Starbucks or something versus this. She can stay in her lane. We know you make great coffee. And you're the only coffee place in that city. Why don't you stick with that? But
yeah, I don't know.
Babysit Adam for what? Adam is the Harvard business stock market. He has more of the background than her and Nicholas combined, even with her degree.
Well, and like Jenna said in the comments, it's obviously rewritten by Griffith, and it's just like, it just doesn't make sense. Here's the other thing. I totally agree with the business strategy that Adam is saying. Why do you have two separate media companies under the same umbrella? It is redundant. Create one big powerhouse of a media company up under your umbrella. Not have Augustus over here and Newman Media over here. And they both doing the same thing, but it's for the same company. It doesn't make sense. It'll be different if, just say for example, and even that doesn't even make sense, but I'm just trying to, look at both sides possibly. if Augustus was only the type of media that thrived in marketing and social media, right? And then the other company only dealt with like sports and entertainment news or something. But even still, you should be able to just merge that into one company, and everybody in that company have a certain department that they over, but having two separate media companies, it is redundant.
It is. That's why I was kind of curious. Like, what was it about Newman Media? Like, a word, because it makes sense if they were like focused like on like entertainment news or sports news. If they had like a particular niche that
Hmm.
they focused on, because we don't even know what Augustus. We just know it's a media company, but
Well,
what?
okay. See, this is the problem with this, right? So McCall was pretty much a shell. There was some bits and pieces. They took out the bones, right? And saved them.
Mhm.
Then you had Kirsten's company, which was a tech company, which I could see the two of those coming together because you're going to need the technology to try to build up what Adam was trying to turn McCall into, which was a media company, right?
Mhm.
But I don't, it's just weird how that's written, and they're giving him such a hard time. Not because it doesn't make good business sense, because actually it does. And Victoria knows this. But part of her is hesitant because Adam is, with merging the two companies, it bring Adam a little bit more closer to her than what she's comfortable with. She want him over there, not up under Newman Media, which technically she shouldn't have Newman Media because she lied on Adam, what, 3, 4 years ago? Told Victor that big old lie with that situation with Billy. And then,
Oh wow,
remember
yeah.
that? And then Victor, snatched the company from Adam and gave it to her.
It's just, it's just pitiful, and Victoria acts like she is the smartest out of all her siblings. She's the most business savvy out of all her siblings. And she won't she'll never be woman enough to admit that Adam is right in this case. She always has to try to one up him or try to cut him out some sort of type of way.
Hmm.
And it's become more annoying when she does it versus with Victor and Nick do it to Adam, because I feel like that's gonna there I feel like Victor and Nick are gonna be kind of hot and cold when it comes to Adam. Whereas Victoria, she is laser focused on getting rid of him. She never sees the good in him, nothing. So it's like you want to cut him off, but he's still gonna be your competitor. Doesn't mean that he's doesn't mean his father's not gonna care about him any less. We already know that Adam is the favorite child. He's given a lot of time of attention, and it's only when you act out, Victoria, when your daddy has to step in,
Hmm.
especially when it came to Nate. And now
Hmm.
your mom has to step in because once again, you making another dodo in a head decision. But Adam is the most business savvy, and he's getting all of the blame. It makes no sense to me.
It doesn't. And my thing is, if they could, I would rather Victoria and Adam team up. Could you imagine her tenacity in business and his business smarts, and have Nicholas be the guy that's, kind of on the outs, kind of causing problems? Those two could run that company like a gym.
But the problem with that is they both like that high level position. Someone would have to be CEO. Someone would kind of have to bend, and I can't see neither one of them doing that.
Well, we can't see them like this in this position. I'm saying if they rewrote the whole
Oh
ideology
yeah.
of those two characters to, be powerhouses in the business world, and they're taking down other companies, coming up against Jabot or Chancellor or something like that, and Nicholas is always causing problems and stuff like that. That's what I would rather see that. Because at this point, Adam never gets a leg up. He's just always plotting and scheming, and he usually do it because he's retaliating from something.
But at the same time, most of the Newmans, they plot and they scheme and they're able to get away with it, especially Victor, of all people. If anything, the plotting and scheming is genetic at this point, so how can people blame him? I mean, he could easily just look at his dad and point to like a decade in his life and look like, Dad, you did this, you did this, you did this.
Well,
Half of the town
mhm.
were working for you because of the blackmail. Mariah, Chelsea, who else? I can't think of anyone else, but no one really can judge. Victor really can't even judge him.
Well, you know what the thing is that they're selfish. So it's like I can do it, but you better not do it, and I'm gonna make sure I stop you before you do it. So it's like, hey, do what? What? How did that quote go? It's like do what I say and not what I do.
Uh-huh. Do as I say, not as I do.
Not as I
Mm-hmm.
do. Yeah. So in their minds, we can plot and scheme all we want when it benefits us. If it's no benefit to us, we don't want nobody else doing it. So but yeah, I'm looking. We're gonna get a lot more of that storyline next week, because I know this week at the beginning a lot of it had to do with Phyllis's trial. But yeah, coming up next week we're gonna see a lot of moving parts with this coming off of course, Nikki. Because let's go ahead into that part of it. So back when it comes to Audra, she listened to Adam because she was like, look, this ain't moving as fast. I'm working on it. And Adam is like, well, you need to figure out something, get this done, or you're going to be in trouble. And so she said, well, Nikki is suspicious of us. And he said, well, you better go make nice with Nikki, right? The problem with that is that when she tried to make nice with Nikki, she sounded redundant because Nate said the exact same thing. So the crazy thing about that, now she's suspicious. She told Nate that, you know what, I'm on to you guys, and then had a conversation with her mama. That was dumb on her part, meaning Audra. Don't you think?
She's definitely, Audra is not playing to the best of her abilities this week. I think that thing that came out with her and Tucker, that really shook her up. Because this wouldn't even be an Audra thing to do. When Nate told you to handle it, you normally she just lets him handle it, but once again she's out for herself, and she knows that Nate is always going to protect himself at all costs. So I understand that she's just in defense mode, she's in
Mm-hmm.
protective mode,
Mm-hmm.
but she put herself in this position. Had she had like made friends genuinely, not sleep with married men, and gloating, acting all snotty, acting like her stuff doesn't stink, like then maybe she could find other avenues, other jobs that she could start try to secure versus being sneaky. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that Nikki is calling them both out. I'm glad. I just want for that affair between Audra and Kyle to come out, because that's going to be the icing on the cake for Nikki. She's going to be ready to get Audra out. And Victoria shouldn't be surprised because she saw Nate and Audra talk weeks back. So
Mm-hmm.
that should kind of raise a red flag to her.
You know who else that raised a red flag too is Diane. Because Diane had a
Hmm.
conversation with Audra too. And it's like, look, I know you I know you up to something. I don't trust you. And if anybody knows about not being up to no good, it's Diane.
It was so rich.
I know.
Like, like you're a user. You really? Okay, Diane. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this is her area of expertise. She knows when people plot and scheme and use people. I mean, at least she called Audra out. There's no, at least what I liked about this is she's not really picking sides as to who her son decides to deal with. She's just kind of calling it as she sees it. I don't think that Audra would really be welcome into the Abbott household, and this really proved it to me. And I was kind of glad that the pot was calling the kettle black. It was funny to see.
Oh my gosh. Jenna said, "What was Diane doing? She was talking to herself in that part."
It
I
was
can agree with that because it's like, Diane, really? You calling her a user? Okay. Yeah, make that make sense.
it's her area of expertise. I mean, hey, maybe she should start a consulting business, and Audra could be the CEO of that.
Ouch. I felt that from here.
What'd you say, Nicole?
I said, ouch. I felt that from here.
Oh. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta remove. Can some Bree or J Money? Can you remove that out
I
of
got
the?
it.
Okay, yeah, block him because
What
I
the
don't want.
heck?
Yeah, I don't want YouTube to ding me for that. Is he? Did you block him?
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. And see if you can remove the comments. Thank you. They're
Mm.
gone, I think. Yep. Oh my gosh. Thank you,
Okay.
thank you, thank you. Jenna, like, what is this?
Like, I don't like, this is Friday night. Look, this is not that type of show. Look.
Yeah. You know what? When you have lives, whether it's on any of this platform or any other platform, you will have trolls come in there and say stupid stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
I
to,
guess.
yeah. But I'm glad you got them. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
That's why I got
people are
mods.
bored.
My mods don't play in the comments section. So, I appreciate y'all. So, all right, but oh yeah, I did miss a question cuz J Money, I think, hold on. He asked what big lie did Victoria blame on Adam? So, I don't know if you guys remember that whole thing about that article that Billy was supposed to release as an expose or whatever. Well, the thing is, Victoria, because she was working with Billy to take down Adam at the time, she went and told her father that Adam was the one behind the leak when technically he wasn't. And so Victor just took Victoria's word at it. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, J Money, she got him. She got him. Um And so Victor just took Victoria's word at it as he usually does. And next thing you know, Victor snatched Newman Media away from him and gave it to Victoria. And since then, Adam has been fighting to get that company back.
And I'm like, why? You're rich. I was really having high hopes with Sharon, Nick, and Adam. Like, okay, they're trying to get out of the Newman thumb, but like Sharon and Nick want to like, I don't get it. Like, do something for yourselves. If you guys are really trying to start a business, try to make that work. Or Adam, work for yourself. You are wealthy. Prove them all wrong and just be their biggest competition. You don't have to worry about, begging and pleading and having to prove your wealth and knowledge. Just go, just be. But he wants Newman Media, I guess.
Well, Jenna said he's fighting for it because he built Newman Media from the ground up. So he put his blood, sweat, and tears into that company. But, however, I should say, I think they were onto something when Adam had Dark Horse. Remember Dark Horse, that company?
Yes.
It was totally non-Newman. It was his, where he was just buying up acquisitions and buying up debt from other companies and stuff like that. I would have rather for him to stay in that role because him signing up, who was that? He was out. Remember? Okay, so fast forwarding back to 2023. A few weeks ago, when Adam and everybody was there, Victoria, Nicholas, and all of the people, Nate, all of them was in Victor's house when Victor was like, I'm telling everybody what to do. The thing is that Adam was out. He was like, you know what? I don't want no. Somebody talked him into it. And I'm like, why? Why do you want to go back to that? It's not going to change. What they say the definition of insanity is to continue to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results.
I almost want to say Sharon had talked him into it because she was already trying to figure out what she was going to do with Cameron's business. Because this was what, a few weeks ago this happened?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, you need to channel your energy. Like, you've been so sad over losing the baby you had with Sally. Why don't you channel your energy and do some good? And this would be good for me. I'm paraphrasing, guys, but I think it was Sharon who convinced him. He was like, okay.
Yeah, and then she thought it was a way to, I guess, try to fix him or something. Is supposed to do something for him. And I'm like, girls, listen, either go be a therapist or you're going to run a business. Which one? Or you're going to make coffee. I mean, not saying that she can't do it all, so we're not going to go down that whole different conversation. But in terms of the soaps, the thing is that it's like, would you leave that man alone? He is not your child that you got to save. You know what I
Or
mean?
her man.
Or her,
her man.
or her man. You know, so I'm just over it when it comes to that. It's just like, can we remove Adam? He just go through this vicious, rat race of going back and forth between his issues with his dad and issues with his sister. And then, like you said earlier, Bree, when it comes to Nicholas, he's hot and cold. He's wishy-washy. One day we're kumbaya brothers. The next day he's mad at him.
Sometimes in the same day, which is
exactly.
Because I think there's like an episode where he had where Nick was defending Adam to Sally, and then all of a sudden he turns on Adam. He's like, "You stay away from her. You leave her alone." I'm like, "You were just defending your own brother. You said he was a great guy." Anyway, he's just. This is just a hot and cold man. He is a faucet.
Nick the faucet. He's another version of a waffle boy. I mean, he just go back and forth when it comes to Adam. I mean, we talk about, Ridge and Liam being a waffler. Well, that's with women. He's a waffler when it comes to his brother.
And jobs.
And jobs.
And just life decisions in general.
Exactly. Oh man, Nicole, that was funny, huh? I thought I heard her laugh.
Yeah, that was me. That was me laughing.
Oh my gosh, yes. Tell me about it. It's like, oh my, are you his friend today, or are you not? Are you his brother today, or are you not his brother? Because they're gonna get into it again next week over Sally. That's coming up probably like Wednesday or Thursday, and I'm like, here we go again.
I mean, they let us breathe a little bit from the Nick, Sally, and Adam triangle. I guess they gave her a moment to kind of heal. But it would be nice if they both just left that girl alone, because she was ungrateful. She's probably still ungrateful. Especially the most to Adam. He's offered her a job, a house. He's. It's like. Unless this is just to like put a close or resolve to like that triangle and they all move on, but oh well.
Yeah. Jenna said Nick is a simp, a big simp.
A lot of people calling him a simp.
Just like,
my God.
Yeah, just like Waffle Boy and Waffle King. They both simps. Anyway. We'll say that conversation for later. But okay, we might as well go ahead, because then I know Nicole is also waiting to talk about that. J Money, I'll hit you up on that later, okay? About the expose. I'll send you the details on that later. So let's get into this whole other storyline with Phyllis. And I'm actually glad that that's over. I really am, because I was tired of seeing her just go out of control over the last, what, 6, 7 months.
It felt longer than that.
Well, listen, she started this when Diane came back to town last summer in 2022. And then when in March when they did the gala, then she had that whole, the whole faking of the death thing, and that was in March. What is this? August?
Yeah.
That's another 5 months on top of that. So I could see why you could think it was longer than that.
Yeah, I forgot about that because I guess my birthday is in March. Man, it's been a long while. But what did you guys think of the verdict? Just community service. Out of all of this, she gets community service. What did you guys think of it?
Sadly, I'm not surprised. Sadly, I'm not surprised. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. She's too good of a character for them to keep in prison.
Yeah, I agree
That's
with.
just how I feel in that regard.
Say that again, Nicole. I can. It's not clear. Say that
I,
again.
I said that's just how I feel in that regard. I already knew that was gonna happen.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, my thing is, unless Michelle Stafford was leaving, which she's not, obviously, they had to figure out a way to get her out of that corner that they wrote her into. You know what I mean? But to go through all this stuff with hiring the reporter, bringing Jeremy Stark to town, plotting and planning, marrying this guy, showing up at her own funeral, all this stuff. And then it's like, okay, let's just close up the storyline, give a community service so we can move on. You know what I mean? I mean, what do you think, Nicole?
Well, personally, I think she should be going to jail after her involvement of Drew's death. I still have not forgiven her for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I never will. Yeah, I'm still bitter about that mess. I miss Drew so much, even though she's been dead and gone for how many years? Almost 20?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yep. What do you got, Bree?
I I have mixed emotions when it comes as far as like for Phyllis
Okay.
because I'm glad the storyline is over.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I am kind of upset like her reaction to the verdict. The fact that she came out to the park with champagne and like balloons and like this like pretty like table like out in the park and it's like, I'm free. I just got community service. And her kids are looking like we could have risked going to jail. Summer pretty much lost her family because she can't even be a stepmother to um that little boy, Kyle's little boy,
Harrison.
Harrison. It's like, and you wanted, you at the end of all this, you made us grieve, and then you took us through this whole roller coaster, and then it's a mix of emotions of being mad with you, and wanting to protect you, and then the judge's verdict is the verdict, but at the end of all this, you really have balloons and champagne. I
Yeah.
kind of felt where Summer and Daniel were coming from, but at the same time, they know their mom is a work in progress. Summer, especially. If this was Nick, she would have like gladly grabbed a glass of champagne. She would have gladly sat at the table. She would have gave her father more of a pass than she would her mother. So I just have mixed feelings about it. And I'm glad the storyline is over because it was just tired and through. But it's like, what type of character are we going to get from Phyllis now? Does it mean that she's going to kind of tone down her ways? Like, what type of Phyllis are we going to get?
Yeah. See, what's interesting, and I gotta say this because Jenna put it in the comment section. Phyllis only committed one crime. She was in a conspiracy to frame Diane. That is a felony. She unalived Jeremy, which it was self-defense, which technically it was. It was self-defense because she was fighting up in that hotel room. But so, what did they drop the charges on the conspiracy? I mean,
Appears so. You know what I was hoping? I was hoping that Jeremy Stark would just make like a random appearance,
hmm
and then it'd be like double jeopardy or something like that. Like something where we can get like add like these characters, add these layers, because I didn't like the fact that they just got rid of this guy basically for no reason. If after the end of all of that she just gets community service, like what was the whole purpose of this storyline?
exactly.
She was running for months for nothing.
Exactly. Exactly. It just doesn't make sense. And Jasmine Williams said that little sick park party, just like her showing up at her memorial, is pure narcissism. Phyllis has learned nothing. And then Keisha said Phyllis has been a work in progress for 30 years.
Oh.
I mean, it's true.
Yep, I mean, Phyllis has done so much. I remember, besides her, using her car against Cricket, then she had a guy rolled up in a rug or something. Remember that?
um
That I think the doctor in the house is. Phyllis is always in something. She's
yeah, she
always
is.
scheming. She. But here's my thing with them kids though. I get it that they took her through all of that. She went through all of that, stayed on the road, disappeared, hiding, and all this kind of stuff. So the kids was like, we went through all this for what, right? However, I gotta say, especially for Summer, she made a choice to do all of those things. She could have just, when her mama first came and said, hey, you listen, I need you to do this, I need you to come hide. She didn't, she'd be like, look, you better come clean. I can't be doing all that. And she knew she was lying to her husband, which is why Kyle and her are not together. Now, I'm not giving Kyle a pass because he's up sniffing up on the Audra. But the thing is that Summer got to take some accountability. She can't put all of that on her mother.
I agree. And that's why I had mixed feelings. And I was actually kind of glad that toward the end of the week that Summer was like, you know what, if that's the result, you know what, my mom is going to be my mom. I get it now. I need to focus on me. Kyle is a dirtbag, so I'm just going to do me. I'm going to go on a roller coaster. I'm going to try to enjoy my life. And honestly feel the kids need to kind of back away and step away from Phyllis
hmm
and actually allow Phyllis to make a change. And I feel like the only person who is giving Phyllis the benefit of the doubt and actually loves Phyllis unconditionally would be Lucy. And I was and the fact that Lucy wanted to still see her grandmother after her grandmother made her grieve speaks volumes to how much that little girl loves her grandmother. And it's sad that she has two raggedy grandmothers, but in and out of prison, which is a shame. But I feel if Phyllis is going to make a change, her kids and her grandkids need to kind of step away and actually let her kind of fend for herself, be alone, and make the change. But let's see what the writers can do from this point after all of this.
Yeah, look like they tried to tease us a little bit with Summer and Chance this week. Her asking him to go on a roller coaster and stuff. He didn't go. I'm like, dang, that's a missed opportunity. You know.
Yeah, I, which I don't see why. I mean, what, you can't have fun? I mean, I'm pretty sure you don't love your job that much. I'm pretty sure you want a day off from being the only cop in town.
Oh my goodness. What else do you have on it, Nicole?
Well, when it comes to Phyllis, just like Bree said, I think she needs to be completely on her own by herself, to be given a chance if to make those changes in her life. If she ever. I'm not holding my breath. Personally, I'm not holding my breath, but we will see how this story plays out because um I saw how her kids was completely like not completely, but they were done with her games. And if your children is done with you after all the BS you put them through, that's pretty bad.
Yep, I
That should
agree.
say something.
Yep. It's interesting, LaShanta Stack said in the comment section, that's how all this started. Her kids turned on her. So she went through all the kids turned on her right before she put that whole, faking her death thing at the gala back in March. Came back. Summer was happy. She threw her whole marriage under the bus. And then we hear, and then now they hate her again. They're done with her.
Well, I mean, we also kind of look back as to why the kids were done with her. It's because she was obsessed with Diane. And that was the only driving force, no matter who was speaking to Phyllis to tell her to let that go.
Mm-hmm.
And she let her hatred for Diane get to a point to where where Phyllis made her own children grieve, her friends and family grieve. I think that really changed the mindset of all of her kids.
Yeah, and the
So that's
fact
why
that
I'm
she
really,
watched.
yeah,
You
watched
came
it.
to your own funeral, which is textbook narcissism. I mean, who watched to see how people are grieving over you?
It's it's horrible, and I was kind of surprised Mariah's stance on Daniel and Phyllis. I was surprised that she
Are
was
you?
like, you know what, you should forgive. I was.
Okay.
Mariah's been saying some off the wall things. It's like she'll tell Kyle she can't trust Summer, and that if he gets involved with Summer or stays with her, that she's going to leave the friendship. But you're all for encouraging Daniel to forgive his mom. And like, that's Summer's brother, so it's okay for Summer and his mom and everyone. It's okay for them to work it out, but not for Kyle and Summer to work it out. I found that Mariah's been saying some off the wall things.
Well, she's very judgmental. Oh, yeah, by the way, just as a little segue into that whole conversation about Mariah, for those who don't know, Cameron Grimes is officially pregnant.
Oh,
Oh, I
congratulations.
heard.
Yeah, she had a couple pictures out there of her. I think she's due in December, November, December, something like that. So
Oh,
she's
wow, that's
about
close.
she's about 5 6 months pregnant. Yep.
So is she the same? Is she far along like Crystal Kalila's?
Ooh, they might be running neck and neck then, because Crystal Khalil is somewhere around 5 6 months too. So I
Wow.
know it's coming up at the end of the year. I think Cameron is due.
Good for them. Congratulations.
Yeah, everybody. You got Jacqueline, and then Melissa Claire Egan had her baby. Then you got Crystal. Now you got Cameron Grimes. So all the babies are coming this year.
It's apparently over at CBS is going down.
Right. What's in the water over there at the CBS studios?
And Jacqueline McCandis Woods is drinking all of it. She's been
Oh,
pregnant for 4 years straight. I'm like, every
yeah.
time we see her, they rewriting a storyline around her pregnancy. I'm like, this is the fourth year in a row, girl.
Listen, that girl was trying to get her a baby girl. And I think she got a baby. She's getting, because she hasn't delivered yet. Unless something has happened today or yesterday. Because she was big and pregnant at the fan event that happened last
I
weekend.
saw.
Yeah, and so I posted a video about it on this channel because she was like, my water hasn't broken yet. So, cause I guess there was somebody out there posting stuff that she had the baby a week ago, and so it went wildfire. So I'm glad she was able to speak about that and kind of clear that up, cause folks was like, she is having a baby. There were arguments over it, cause there were some people that's like, no, we haven't heard anything official from Jacqueline yet, and then no, she did have a baby. I'm like, let me just post something, let her speak for herself. She has not
Mm-hmm.
had the baby. So, but I guess we'll see Cameron now, unless because they already gave her a baby storyline with Tessa. So I'm not a. They're probably not going to have her pregnancy as part of the show, which we'll see more
They
big
could.
purses and stuff.
They could if they wanted to. They could easily say that they went through like in vitro. They found a donor. They wanted to try to keep it quiet, but they wanted to give Arya a brother or sister that's close in age.
Yeah, that's pretty darn quick because of the fact that what is this? They already 4 weeks. Well, it depends on what's coming up. She's not showing because I was looking at her when she was with Kyle in the scenes this week, and I'm like, okay, she wasn't quite showing as of yet. She's showing a little bit now from the pictures that she posted on social media. But I guess 4 weeks ago or so, when they have filmed these scenes, she wasn't showing yet. So I think if they're going to do something, they probably would have need to show it in the next few weeks because she'll be dropping, having her baby in about another 3 months or so.
Good for her and her spouse. Good for them.
Yep, yep, yep. So, because I know they're engaged, the guy that she's engaged to, because they had pictures of her proposal and everything. I don't know if they actually got married, but the baby's on the way, though, so. Yep.
Good for them.
All right, back to this whole thing with Mariah. She was kind of judgmental. I totally agree with you on that one because it's like, you shouldn't be saying nothing about nobody.
At all.
With all the stuff that you done did, girl, please be quiet. So to say, oh my God, don't be judging your mom. Okay, well, I understand you was trying to give advice, but yeah, okay, whatever, Mariah.
She says too much that means so little. It's like your opinion affects nothing. But I mean, I guess go off, girl.
Yeah, yeah, yep, yep. Um, what did you think about the interaction with? Because Cricket was hard, trying to push the whole indictment. But then she started getting a little lukewarm in her feelings, like, I don't know. I kind of feel bad for her. I'm like, what, Cricket? She said part of her wants to, uphold the law. And then she said the other part of her kind of feel for Phyllis. I'm like, Cricket saying that?
Um, well, she was definitely off her game with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I was surprised. Maybe Cricket is just tired. Maybe Cricket is tired of seeing Phyllis in that courtroom and Cricket always losing to Phyllis. I think after a while, after some decades, that does get tiring after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I think, especially towards the end with Cricket's storyline, whatever she has going on with her and Paul, maybe that was like, maybe that's all she could focus on, like get this case over with so she could get back with Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but it was very off, course from how Cricket usually is towards Phyllis, but I guess that was weird.
Yeah. What did you think, Nicole?
That confused the hell out of me. I was like, huh? What?
You're right.
Like, am I missing something?
Exactly. It's like, did she just say that? Yeah, so it was a itty bit like, kind of raise an eyebrow moment, you know. I wonder how long Heather is going to be sticking around. Is she going to be here for a little while with Lucy, or they're going to pop back out?
I'm hoping to keep Heather. It was so nice to see Val. Was it Val Bloom or something? The actress who plays Heather, the
Mm-hmm.
original Heather.
Mm-hmm.
It was so nice to see her. It would. I want to see her. I want to see what happened with her and Daniel as to why they broke up. I would
Mm-hmm.
like for them to let's kind of break that down. But also, I want to see her interaction with Chance. And if anyone remembers, um, Heather and Chance used to be in love with each other. I think Chance was with Chloe at the time, and he had an affair with Heather.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be nice to see them kind of revisit that, but it's just nice to see other people than what we're used to.
Right. Yep. You know, it was nice to. You know what I'm actually hoping for? It would be nice if Sheila Carter would try, as much as she have a connection with Finn, that she would realize that her granddaughter is in Genoa City. You know, I know she was looking forward to seeing Phyllis. Do they ever talk about? Because I know she viewed Heather as her mom. I know she used the term mom when it comes to Heather. But I'm wondering, did she know about the whole thing that Daisy was her mom and how Sheila Carter is her grandmother? You know,
How old is Lucy? Because she looks like she's 16, 17, but I know she's younger than that.
I thought she was playing like a 13-year-old because she was kind of feeding off of the Johnny storyline. Remember, about 4 months ago, they were making googly eyes over at Society, and then we didn't see that no more.
I would say that, but given like how famous,
Hmm.
but Heather has raised her like she is her own, and probably did all the legal stuff. So that's her mom, that's her daughter. Um, it would be if they keep Heather and Lucy. I would like for Lucy to have curiosity as far as Phyllis and like all of her other family members, and we see a storyline where she wants to connect with Daisy and then bring Sheila on. But that would require great writing and cautious effort to a great storyline. But we'll see.
Yep. What else? Do you have anything else on the Phyllis storyline, Nicole?
No.
Okay, you good? Okay, just want to make sure
Yeah.
because I know you were waiting for that part of the show. So to talk about Phyllis. All I can say to kind of sum that whole thing up is that I'm just glad that she is out of this. I was over that storyline a long time ago, and I want to see what she can do, especially if she's going to work over at, over with Nick, and which to me, it's just way too many people over there. I could see Adam working there, and even Phyllis, because Phyllis is an IT guru. But Nicholas and Sharon, why are they there? Nicholas, fine, go back to New Hope. And Sharon, you were happier making cappuccino. So,
I forgot about New Hope. Nick has had so many jobs and so many startups. We could probably put like a whole like list together and
hmm,
play bingo and just play a different episode to see like, let's see what Nick works for. Oh, Nick
yeah,
owns this company. Bingo.
yeah. I mean, he had the remember the underground.
The bar.
That's a bar. Yeah, he ran that bar. You
He
know,
was with Avery Clark at the time, right?
I think so.
Phyllis's sister. Yep.
You know,
Wow.
yeah.
Damn.
It's like at what point does Nicholas figure out what he want to do with his life? Because he stepped away from Newman originally because of the fact that it was too toxic for him. For him, it was too toxic.
it's too toxic every 6 months. That's why I say he's temp to hire. He's temp to hire, and thing is, no one would ever take him seriously because he never really puts too much passion into anything. It's always, trying to prove something or trying to get over on someone. But
Yeah.
yeah, temp to hire. He has nothing. Him and his son, him and Noah, just in and out of careers and
That is
jobs, and
true. I didn't even think about Noah. You are so right.
he wanted to be a musician and then a painter and then run a bar and isn't Noah supposed to be running a Newman jazz bar or something like that? And what happened to that? He left that after a couple of months. He's no
Exactly.
different from his daddy. No different.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Yeah, the two of them, they're just all over the place. Victoria, and Adam are more like Victor. Nicholas is, even, I mean, Nikki still go to work. She been sticking around Newman for a while, but, it just seemed like he take more after Nikki. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even Abby has more of a business mindset than Nick, and that's saying a lot.
Exactly. Oh my God, Jenna is like everything is wrong for Nick. He's a simp. He's a simp. He's a simp. He has no ambition. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
and J Money, you're right. J Money said you're wrong about Nick. Nick don't show passion when he's going after Adam's ex, and
oh
you
my
are a
God.
1000%.
Damn.
Yeah,
You're 1000% correct, J Money. I stand corrected.
yeah,
Clap to
Jay.
you.
Jay, you nailed that one. You nailed it, Jay. Every time, if a new woman came to town outside, because Sally has now been there for a while, let somebody new come. How much you want to bet? If Adam started dating Audra, and me and Jay Money was talking about that, because honestly, I would like to see Adam with Audra, because they just got that type of passion, and I could see that bedroom scene would be on fire between the two of them. But on the flip side of that is, if he started, then Nicholas would probably start dating Audra too.
Yeah, they both brothers have the same type. Unfortunately, in women, all the women actually.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like if they were to go the Audra direction, they would put her with Nick before they would put her with Adam. It's like they always give Nick the new hot girl or something. Um, they didn't do it this time around. I think it just has to be where they can really try to fit her into Nick's world. He's Nick is too busy trying to save people,
Mm-hmm.
and just being mad at everybody and being mad at Adam. But I wouldn't mind her seeing with either one. She's going to bring the fire out of either guy, and it's necessary for this show.
Listen, when Audra first came to town back in 2022 with the whole storyline with Tucker, I said then, I made a whole video about it. Why not put Audra and Adam together? That was like, I'm assuming it's like October, November of last year. And I'm like, oh yeah, they would be hot together. Why did you go put that girl with Kyle? I mean, it was bad enough she was sleeping with Tucker. But I mean, if they were going to move her away from that particular storyline, with Adam being free, Sally is now over with Nicholas. That Sally and maybe Audra, they could have gave each other a run for their money, feeling, Sally being a little jealous and Audra's like laying it on thick for Adam. I just think that was a huge missed opportunity. I just don't see Kyle, not Kyle.
I mean, she's using Kyle. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and Kyle has no. She knows Kyle has no problem spending money on her. She knows Kyle is acting out, so she's gonna use him to the best of her abilities. If she had her choice, she would definitely get a Newman, but she doesn't know how to keep a Newman. She had Noah, the one of the simpiest ones of the Newmans of them all, and couldn't keep him. So if they do go the Audra direction, they more than likely will put her with Nick. I can't see them putting her with Adam just yet. But I guarantee you she'll be happy to accept the house and the jewelry and the car and the job over Sally, who just continues to be ungrateful.
Yeah, I'm so over that whole thing. And I mean, they're going to look like trying to revisit that, which is why Adam and Nicholas get into it next week. It's like that girl played two in the middle for the last 7-8 months. I'm over it. I mean, that was a coupling, if being that they didn't go with Audra. Back last fall, when you had Sally and Adam, they were hot together on screen, and you separated that. Why? To put her with Nicholas. Nope.
And that didn't benefit them at all because Sally is still stuck in a situationship. We rarely hear Nick say that he loves her. We know that he wants to get her out the hotel, but this is a situationship.
Girl, it's a messy situationship. It's like, why would they, and anybody they wanted to slide into that situation, why did you bring Nicholas in there? To me, I don't know about anybody else in the chat or anybody else that's listening, I just don't see the connection between the two of them. And I know they didn't have a lot of intimate scenes together, Nicholas and Sally, but I don't, because I usually work while I'm watching. I usually just focus on something else because it's just not interesting to me.
Yeah, and it's not interesting to them both either. I guarantee you, if they were to sit down and really try to figure out what they had in common, it's just being in that bed. I think Sally has no problem being on her back, and Nick has no problem going to her hotel of a grown woman and not giving her any commitment. And that's pretty much what it is. At least with her and Adam, they had some form of relationship. Like, she actually loved him and cared about him. And it's a shame they broke that up.
Yeah, Keisha said, "Boo."
Boo what?
Keisha is funny.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, J Money says Sally and Nick's love scenes are lukewarm at best. I've never looked at them and said that they're hot.
Do you guys remember a scene with her and Nick? I'm trying to really think, except for that office scene, and that was last year.
I mean, my thing is, I'm actually waiting. You know how they had us on the edge of our seats on the Bold and the Beautiful, aching for Thomas and Hope to get together. Because it was just like, oh yeah, this is going to be fire, right? I'm kind of feeling that way with Chance and Summer. I don't know why. Because at first I was like, I'm like, I don't know. But, the more I kind of see them together, and he brings out a little teeny spark out of Summer. And I think maybe if they took it to another level, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I would just be happy just to see the scene, just to see Chance. I mean, seeing him would put a spark to my face because he looks so good. But
Chance.
Look, Chance looks really good. She probably finally realized, okay, Kyle, he's if he wants Audra, that's fine. But I have this gorgeous, tall drink of water with this rugged, just manliness. Like, I would gladly jump ship, me personally. But let's see, what is about that connection that you think would be hot? Because I don't see it.
Well, I kind of want, I don't, because Chance, I mean, like you said, girl, he's very attractive. Okay. I can see when he was with the scene with Sharon, he was kind of, picking her up and kind of, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe he can bring a little bit something out of this summer, because Allison Lanier, I know she's trying to step into some big shoes after Hunter King leaving the role. But the thing is, we need somebody to kind of bring out a little bit of spark out of her. And just how it was Hope. Hope was boring with Liam, right? Thomas
Yes.
Yeah.
Thomas lit a fire out of her. Now all we see is her whining and talking about is all Steffi's fault. But when you put them two together in a room, meaning Thomas and Hope, Thomas brings out something out of Hope that Liam could not do. And I'm thinking it was the same thing with Kyle and Summer. Kyle and Summer were a cute couple, but I think she needs somebody that's going to bring that little fire, that spark out of her. And Chance might be the guy to do it.
I kind of disagree to a certain point. I
Okay.
feel like Kyle with Hunter King Summer, I feel she brought out a lot of that bad girl sort of thing that he was attracted to. So we got to see that kind of balance. Whereas with Allison Lanier Summer, yeah, you can, it takes a different type of character to pull that summer out, if that makes sense. It's like we're getting two different summers. It's like
Mm-hmm.
Summer before was like this young, like she was like her mother at a very young age.
Mm-hmm.
She was hell on wheels. But this summer, grew up a little bit. She became like a stepmommy. She matured, so it kind of toned down that fiery side that Summer has, like her mom. See all of his gorgeousness, and maybe I'll be convinced. So I guess we're just gonna have to see that.
Yeah, I just hope that they stop playing with that storyline. I don't even know why they inserted Sharon into that. They tried it back in maybe April or May, and then they walked away from the storyline, and we didn't see Sharon and Chance in there together. And then all of a sudden, kaboom! You bring them into throwing it down in the back room. So, and now you want to have, lunch dates with her and Chance, which I was okay with that. And then you had, he's helping her out, having private conversations, and then the little interaction they had this week. So I was like, why didn't they just put her over there in the first place?
Yeah, I I think I said before, I feel like Chance and Sharon are each other's rebounds,
Mm-hmm.
long overdue rebounds. It was just something to do. Because she's not looking at Chance in any other retrospect. Definitely not a relationship. She couldn't at this point. She
Mm-hmm.
really couldn't. Um, and I think Chance just sees Sharon as something fun. But if they give Summer and Chance, that time to build a relationship, then I'll be all for it. Because it'd be something new and different. But I'm just not convinced just yet with this Summer and this Chance.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, they do what? Well, here's the thing: they do need to give Adam a girlfriend. If you're not going to do the, I don't know what they're going. After next week, Sally is going to, you know, come over to Adam's apartment and whatever. But give this man something. Give him a person, a woman that he can start dating. And then with the whole Chance thing, you got good looking people floating around that's attached to folks that they shouldn't be, and attached to no one. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just a weird dynamic to me. But like Jenna
Yeah.
says, Griffith, he's a terrible writer. Which he is.
I mean, did she tell a lie?
No,
I'm
she
just
ain't
kidding.
lying. You're not lying, Jenna. Not at all. Not at all. But yeah, we'll see. They obviously they actually Kim tested Audra and Adam when she was flirting with him a little while back. Remember? And he was like, "I see through you. You're
Hmm.
trying to manipulate me." And I'm like, "Dang."
And at the GCAC party that they had back in March, they Kim tested Audra and Kyle, and then months later we saw Audra and Kyle together. So maybe we might get Audra and Adam together. It's just the timing.
Yeah, I mean that's what Jay Money was. We were talking about that earlier. He said maybe long term or down the road, maybe we'll get it. I'm hoping for that, you know. But we'll have to see. We will have to see. All right, did we cover all of the storylines this week for the Young and the Restless?
I think we did.
Did you have anything else, Nicole?
No, I just want to get to Bold and Beautiful because I got a lot to say with that.
Okay. All right, well, let's do it. Let us do it. But before we jump into Bold, make sure you guys, because I see my mods in here saying to hit that like button. It is almost 100 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button, and you can also share the live as well. Just the other little housekeeping notes. We have I'm on IG, I'm on TikTok, I'm on the new X, which used to be Twitter, and there's a blog. Now I've already posted the spoilers for the week of August 14th through the 18th for both soaps on that blog. So it's CBS Soap Dish Spoilers. So over here is CBS Soap Dish Recap. Over there is CBS Soap Dish Spoilers at theblogspot.com. So if you want to go over there and check out the spoilers, they have been already posted for next week. Also, the details for the August 14th episode of The Young and the Restless is up over there too. So all of that is available if you want to check that out. There's also merch and stuff like that on this channel. I did post something in the community area about Waffle Boy and Waffle King. So I also post polls, get asked questions, and then little fun things in the community tab over here as well. So just a little bit before we get into Bold, because I know this is crazy to me, man. I just all right. Let's do the summary for the Bold and the Beautiful for the week of August 7th through 11th. Okay, here we go. Hope refuses to reconsider divorce. Lee sides with Steffy over Finn, and Liam tells Steffy to lean on him. Finn confronts Liam, accusing him of undermining his marriage, as Steffy tells Eric and Ridge that she can't live with Finn. Liam tells Steffy that he was a fool to let her go. Steffy assures Hope she's not after Liam, and Ridge notes Finn's attitude. Finn blames Liam for his problems, and Ridge tells him to stop the pity party as Liam makes moves on Steffy. And then Finn begs Steffy to come home so he can prove himself, and Liam tells Ridge that he loves Steffy and want her back. So let's get Hope out the way, because the rest of this,
Yeah.
I'm Hope. I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you one more time to put this on Steffy. And granted, she's right. But I'm going to need her to take some accountability in her own feelings and choices. You can't go around fantasizing about a man for the better of 2 months. And she's been having weird energy with Thomas for a while. Okay? And then now you act on it. You took your ring off. You showed up at his house. You've been kissing him in Rome. You had sex with him. You were in the bed for 4 days of TV time. TV days, that is. And then you walking around here like, I don't know what the future holds. And I don't know what this goes. And I don't know where I'm going. And I don't know where I am. And I'm like, girl, stop. Okay, what y'all got? That's my rant.
You want to go over it?
I'll go. Okay. Hope was on my last nerves. If you're going to send 10 toes down on your decisions, you're going to need to vocalize that for your mother. and for any and everybody else, don't just sit here and say, well, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know how I really feel. I'm just trying to get through this and get through work. And okay, we see that, but you left your husband, because that's pretty much what you did. When you kissing Thomas in Italy, that kind of, you emotionally left your husband. Now you're officially doing that. Does that mean you want to be with Thomas? Because I'm sure Thomas would like to know the answer. And if you can't figure that out, then say, I cannot figure out my feelings, but I enjoy getting my black bone out. And I think your mother would respect that.
Yep. I mean, because if she keep talking in the gray area, that's why Brooke is like, well, are you sure you want to give up on your marriage? You sure you want to let Liam go? Don't you want to save your marriage? And it's like, would you tell your mama, I want to be with Thomas?
She's scared of her mom.
Girl.
Because I think she's used to her mom making all of her decisions, always being that voice in her ear when it came to Liam. Because if we look back like years, Brooke has always convinced Hope to stay with cheating, lying, Land of O'Lakes Liam, Little Puke, for years. For years.
Very much so. I got a lot to say about that too.
Yeah, Brooke has wanted Liam more than Hope has wanted Liam. If we look at it, she defends him probably more than anybody on the show. But Hope needs to stand 10 toes down. Don't be afraid of your mom. And I'm hoping that if she grows up a little bit, she'll get out of that cabin and get a place of her own.
Yep. What you got, Nicole?
Well, I agree with everything that both of y'all have said about Hope. She needed to stand 10 toes down about what happened in her marriage and why this time it didn't work because of her and her romantic feelings for another man. That's first thing. I hate that she's deflected, but everything that Liam has done so far, she's proven to be right, sadly. And it's almost like, especially after what Liam said on Thursday, it's almost like, basically, Lope is dead, man. Like, R.I.P. to Lope, first thing. Good riddance. Now, what confuses me about now with Brooke, I can't stand that lady. To me, Brooke, her mother is the epitome of a weak woman.
Oh wow!
Listen, I said, oh.
Yep. Yep. I said it, and I stand by it because think about it, like, as a parent, you want your child to do better than you did. And
Very true.
And she's not acting like a parent. And to be honest, she never did. She should have got this right because she has not got it right with most of her kids, especially Bridget. Now you screwing Hope. And now she's paying for the consequences of the lessons you taught her. And to be honest, I know, and this is my opinion, she won't leave. She's just using her child's private parts as a surrogate. I'm just calling it out.
Oh, wow.
Wait a minute. What did she just say? Say that again.
Yeah.
She thinks... So you think Brooke wants Liam and that she's kind of living vicariously through her daughter, Hope?
Yep.
Wow. I've never heard that put like that.
I kind of understand that because...
yeah, I can see it.
Because for years, if you look back at it, why does Brooke have an attraction to the men her daughters are always involved with. I think the person who got the worst end of it was Bridget.
Mm-hmm.
Every man, and on top of that, your mom has a baby with your ex-husband too. Like, I really see where Nicole is coming from. So I think she realizes after, especially after Brooke slept with Hope's first boyfriend, Oliver. I remember that. I think maybe there is some truth to that maybe she's living vicariously through Hope. That's why she's constantly trying to help save that girl's marriage, even though she witnessed for years that same lame old Liam treat her like this, cheating on her back and forth, lying, gaslighting. He's been the pro for years. That's why it was comical when he couldn't forgive Hope. I knew that was going to happen. Some men just can dish it but can't take it. But this is the same man that Brooke was constantly trying to protect and defend. So I do see Nicole's perspective on that maybe she wants to live a little bit through her daughter.
Yeah, and she can't. She detests Thomas, and now obviously she can't live through her daughter with her sleeping with Thomas.
Yeah, and any boo boo. She don't want to. Too bad.
If we go back years back, Brooke and Thomas was a discussion. There was kisses. There was a lot of inappropriate things with those two. That's why the way she looks at Thomas now is kind of comical, because at one point you wanted Thomas too. Let's be clear.
Oh my, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my God, that go way back.
Oh Lord, can we forget about that? Because that's cringeworthy.
Oh my goodness, girl, I forgot all about that. It's the truth, though. It's the truth. Go ahead, Nicole.
And somebody mentioned in the comment, I don't know who it was, but I think the reason why she's double talking, because she's not confident in herself at first date. Two, she's afraid to go out in public to be with Thomas, because it's the same man who was obsessed with her in the past, and now she's having feelings for the same man. And it sounds kind of twisted, because it is, but I think she's afraid of what society would think. And two, she's afraid of her mama, and she needs to step out, because she needs to realize that her mother has been giving her bad advice ever since she was a kid. Like,
yeah. Well, this is what I'll say to that. Hope and Thomas work on the same clothing line. They're the face of a clothing brand. So, and plus they share a child together. So it wouldn't be too much of a stretch for them to be together. Plus they were married before. So if they wanted to do this for real, as long as she sends 10 toes down and say, hey, I want to be with Thomas, I feel most of that family will respect it. I think Rich, I think eventually Steffi, and possibly Taylor, because I'm really curious to see what her reaction is next week. Mm-hmm. But I think the biggest hurdle for Hope is her mother acceptance of Thomas. I think that is the biggest hurdle. I think that's why she's doing a lot of double talk, because if she can work with this man and co-parent with this man and coexist with this man, her being in a relationship with him is not too much of a stretch. It's just getting over that hurdle of her mother's judgment.
My question is, what is she afraid of? What does she think Brooke gonna do to her if she say, you know what, yes, I want to be with Thomas? What are you afraid of? You can't fire the girl. You don't have that kind of power. What, you gonna disown her for being with Thomas? What is she thinking is gonna happen? You know what I mean? If she don't stand 10 toes down. And before you answer that, there was a comment, and I don't know if this is the same one that Nicole was talking about, but somebody, I forgot the name. It's so many comments, and I appreciate all the engagement too. I'm trying to see if I can find it. But it was pretty interesting what was said. Oh, here it is. Bridget Jackson. She said, leave Hope alone. She can feel how she wants right now. Allegedly, she fall for old Tommy boy soon enough. That's fine, but you telling Thomas to his face, I know what I want. I want you. I've
Exactly.
made my choice. But then you going outside of Thomas saying, well, I'm not sure. We got to see what the future holds. I don't know. I'm just thinking about work right now. And that's where I can't ride with Hope on that. Because you can't, if you're not 100% sure, then you need to be telling that to Thomas too. Like, look, let's just take this one day at a time. I don't know where this is going to go. Let's just, try to take our time with this and go from there. She's telling him something totally opposite than she's telling everybody else. That's what my problem is with her with this.
I agree with that.
I
And
agree.
on top of that, she has all the confidence in the world in that bedroom.
Oh
And I and
gosh,
I'm pretty
yes.
and I'm pretty sure the awakening, the spiritual, the tarot reading, whatever Thomas was doing, she felt more than confident to tell this man, "I have fully moved on. I'm not going to worry about Liam anymore." Okay, if that is the case, tell him that,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time say, "Hey, I'm going through a divorce. I have a mixed emotions. I enjoy the time that we have together. But during this time, can we try to keep this private?" Well, they can't do that now because Brooke knows.
Right. And
But
now
but
Ridge know
during,
too, right?
yeah, almost everybody. Well, almost, yeah, yeah. That's about everyone else except for Steffi,
Mm,
Liam, and Taylor.
right.
Um, but just the fact that you you're confused, and I agree with the person who made that comment. Yeah, she has every right to feel confused. But then, if that's the case, be careful what you say, because people have known you to take what you say to heart. So if you're saying you're unsure, they're really thinking you're unsure. If you're telling Thomas that you're sure
Mm-hmm.
that you want to be with him, that's what he's going to think. We're not used to Hope being wishy-washy like her ex-husband.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like somebody said in the comments section, he's being treated like a bed buddy.
Yes, he
And see,
is.
that's why I see a
That's
little,
okay too.
but be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, you know what, let's just have fun. Who was that? Victoria. Victoria told Nate, look, I'm not looking for nothing serious. We can just keep this just like this and have some fun and work together. Remember?
That was funny.
That
I
was funny.
Because I remember that reaction when Nikki came to her. She's like, "Well, Nate doesn't love you," and this that look in her face, like, "What? But I'm me. I'm
Girl,
Victoria."
you
Did
so
y'all read
silly.
J Money's comment?
I know what happened. Thomas boinked that girl stupid, and now she confused and giving conflicting stories. J Money is so funny.
Jay
That
Money, she wasn't confused. She was very clear. She woke up, and it was nothing that she ever had before. She woke up. She's no longer confused. She's no longer in under Liam's spell. She woke up and found some other man, and he woke her up too.
man, listen. You see how fast she had those divorce papers prepped. After she got out of bed with Thomas, the next day she was handing Liam divorce papers.
Thomas
She's
is
like, there you
Mr.
go.
Steal Your Girl. Thomas is Mr. Steal Your Girl. Whatever, then 12 hours, then 4 episodes that we got. The fact, whatever work he put in, it was divorce paper type of work. So bravo, Thomas.
Girl, wait a minute. Thomas put that girl to sleep. Remember, she was like, "Oh, how long have I been asleep?" He was like, You've been asleep for a while, but I take that as a compliment."
Yep, I remember that. I was like, oh snap.
Now
And
you
they
were
went
about
right back to it.
Yep, they went right back to it. Were you about to say something else, Nicole?
Basically, when it comes to Hope and her double talking, I think the real her main real roadblock is her mama,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really sad.
Yeah, well, I mean, she gonna have to figure out something. You a whole grown woman. You done already slept with that man. You done slept with him so much that you probably pregnant too. So,
I hope so. Please let it happen,
I
please.
mean, listen, hope or they, Thomas had some in his drawer. Whatever it was, you would think she would be pregnant by now.
I mean, they got it in quite a bit. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, she made sure she lived out all of her fantasies. That horrible '80s music video. She definitely was putting her back into it. She was living, getting her life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
She
she
woke up.
was.
She woke up and she was like, "If Liam wants Steffi, that's fine. I don't know what I was fighting for, really."
But you know
And
what, Bree, here's the other part about this right quick that I just can't. I don't like the fact that Liam's storyline with him going after Steffi is happening in this moment because it lets Hope off the hook. Now, if Liam was still fighting for Hope and wasn't even thinking about Steffi, then she would more than likely really have to look deep inside herself and say, I did this because of Thomas. But now with him doing what he doing and Steffi being free, it's almost like, shoot, I ain't got to say too much. I told y'all this was going to happen. I'm going to use this and ride this story to the cows come home.
but to be honest, I'm gonna give Hope that pass because I mean, look at how many times Liam has cheated and given some weak excuse. Like, it was a misunderstanding. It was an accident. I slept with Steffi. Oh, she might be having my baby. Please forgive me. And she let that go. Granted, that was her own stupid decision. She needed to take accountability for doing that each and every 100 times. But
Actually, she did when she was. I think there was minutes before she gave him those divorce papers. As she said, I don't know what she said exactly, but I know she said, you know what, it's that's my fault. Basically, you're trying to say, hey, I took you back those times, but I thank you for not giving me that same grace. But I will say this. Heck, I will be surprised if she ain't pregnant. Heck, if she ain't pregnant, I am.
do you think that they might? I hope they don't give this girl a baby. I'm praying she doesn't. I hope for this character, if they're trying to really allow Hope to kind of explore herself, because if we look at the character, she's always been guided by her mom. She's never really made a full decision that was for herself or set for hope for the future. Like, she'll put her all and she'll make her decisions when it comes to her clothing line. But when it came to love and relationships, she never did that. So I'm giving her this little bit of grace because although Liam had to pull that kiss out of Hope, she still fessed up to it. She said she still took accountability. She was still trying to plead with the same cheater that she's been trying to be with. And she was like, you know what? That's fine. Let me walk away. There's just too, I think she also said there's just too much hurt back and forth. That there's really go back to what? Repair what in their marriage? I mean, it's pretty much done for.
Yep. They're in the comments talking about Trey Song's song about I get you to the
This is for
crib and
your girl.
upstairs to the bed, girl. You gonna think I invented sex? Talking about Thomas. Talking about Thomas.
Look,
I remember that song.
And then,
Thomas is Mr. Steal Your Girl.
yep, very much so. Now Jenna made something which actually validates some of the things that you guys are saying. She said, "Do you remember when Hope hurt Thomas?" When he overheard what she said to her mom and she had to go apologize to Thomas because she didn't mean any of it. She said Hope can't tell her mama the truth. So y'all are right. Y'all
Yeah.
could be onto something with that. She's afraid of her mom because I mean Because yeah, I remember her saying that. Oh, I don't want Thomas. I don't want to do with nothing with him. And Thomas was like, "Oh man." And then she had to go
Yep.
across the hall and apologize.
Yep.
And I think there's a reason for that because I realized something between I say Young the Restless and Bold is that they have strong female friendships in Young the Restless. Now, as far as Bold and the Beautiful, she really don't have no friends. I'm talking about her specifically. The only person she's really close to is her mom, and her mom is toxic as hell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. Hope.
That is crazy. And then what did y'all think about the conversation between Hope and RJ today?
What is RJ supposed to be doing? So far, all we've seen this boy do is jump into everybody's business. He said he stayed away to not be a part of anyone's business, but
Mm-hmm.
he was involved with getting his mom back together. Now that he did that, now he's involved with his sister and her business. We have all these other characters. We have Paris. We have Zende. We have all these models, like the one who was flirting with him on today's episode with that gorgeous dress. That could have been a little something. You're Rich Jr. and you're worried about your sister's sad attempt at this relationship. For what? For
Yeah.
what?
I
How
don't
many
even
times does Liam? I'm so sorry. Liam has already told you he's done. Hope's told you he's done. That's a done issue.
Yeah, I don't even understand why RJ is here. I mean, what are you gonna do with this guy? The character. It's like he just floating through time. Oh, what happened over here? You cheated on this. Oh, Finn, what happened with my sister? That's why she left. Oh, it's like get this man something to do. He kind of flirted with the, like you said, that model did have a cute. That dress was gorgeous.
Yes, it was. I
I,
was.
I
Ugh.
I thought I was the only one. I'm like, ooh, that dress is beautiful. um they had him kind of flirt with the model for a moment, but then it's like, okay. So yeah, LaShanta, yeah, Finn is gonna get RJ to help him. I did see that in the spoilers for next week. It's like, help him do what? I'm gonna go in on Steffi, but I ain't there yet.
Me
I will.
too.
Oh gosh, ooh, and Keisha, I know you ain't gonna like it, so.
Keisha, I'm gonna be honest, and let me say this for Steffi fans. I'm going to be honest. She is about to get pan fried, sautéed, chopped up, thrown out because I hated how she treated her husband this week.
Girl. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all. Cause Hope, we had a couple days. This whole thing with her marriage. Oh, the conversation that she had at the table when she was talking about. Here's the crazy thing when Steffi, cause I'm surprised Steffi even came into the office. It's like you. Well, I guess they had security up there. Okay, whatever. But even Hope and Brooke was like, I'm surprised you even came in the office. Wouldn't you be working from home today? You moving about town, but you afraid of Sheila. You can go home then. Anyway. But Hope was like, oh, so you left Finn? And she like, and Steffi had to clear it up. She was like, oh, just because I left Finn don't mean I'm trying to get Liam back. I'm like, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Why you gotta say that, Steffi?
Why'd you have to say that? And Hope came back around after that comment and said, but you know he coming for you, right? And Steffi couldn't say nothing because she knows. She's trying to
Mm-hmm.
act like she don't, but she knows.
Yep.
She more than knows that Liam told it blatant to her face, dead in
Thank
her
you.
face. And Hope is calling it out. So, like, Steffi, you of all people know your habits. And Hope called it out. She's like, you know, you're going to take him back, girl. What's wrong with me saying that? Nope. Steffi wants to just be quiet and stay mute. Nope. Okay. I see.
Yep. All right, because we gonna nail that one. We also got Finn and Ridge, and ooh, jeez, I'm like Ridge. Who are you to be talking about anything? You the one screwed up the FBI case.
Of all things. And the thing is, no one even asked for it.
Thank you.
Sheila was already in jail. She was already in jail. And then y'all want to try to get her out. Okay. And the nerve that he came after Finn. It's like, I thought you were smart.
Oh, girl,
The
there.
nerve.
Oh, yes.
The nerve of Pinecone Poppy had the gall to sit here and say that I thought you were smart.
Wait a minute.
We
Did
thought
you
you were
just
smart.
say? Did you just say Pinecone Poppy?
Pinecone Poppy.
Oh my god.
Oh, oh my God.
Pinecone Poppy had the nerve to get on the person with the PhD, the same person who saved his daughter not once, not twice, but 3 times when she was in a motorcycle accident with her addiction, and then also taking a bullet for his daughter. Trying to also accept the fact that his daughter is trifling and almost had another baby with another man. The other waffler on the show. And he had the nerve to question this man's loyalty, love, and respect, and his intelligence. Meanwhile, Pinecone Poppy can't decide which woman he wants to be with in the next given day. You would think after 30-something years, you can make the smarter decisions about the women you date and the business decisions you make before you can question another man about the decisions he make with his life.
Ouch.
Girl, you nailed it. Yes, you did. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Listen, you got a rant too, Nicole?
Well, not really a rant, but I understand where y'all coming from with Ridge. Now, on the other side, I have to play the devil's advocate as much as I don't want to. But I do understand when Rich was saying, hey, you need to stop the pity party and take some accountability. A reason why Steffi left, that you brought, consciously or unconsciously, brought back Sheila into their lives. Because here's the thing, he don't know what, even to have what Sheila has done to the Forster family Forster and the Logans for 30 freaking years. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people, and to be honest, to me, there's no redemption for Sheila for me. Even one good deed don't negate 30 years of terrible behavior. Well, I know. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. Like,
Well, listen, my thing is, they don't have to be BFFs, but they just blow past the fact that that kid is alive if Sheila wasn't stalking. Because if Sheila wasn't stalking, that girl was about to be headed out to the Pacific Ocean.
And that's true.
And I mean, yes, Sheila was there. Finn didn't even know she was there. Now the problem that I have with Finn is him turning his back. And I know we kind of discussed that last week. But, in regards to Ridge calling him, I thought you was smarter than that. You standing in the MD's office. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
He should have threw your butt out for a HIPAA violation or something. all this PHI around this room. You shouldn't even be up in here. What do you want? Get out. Anyway, obviously you could tell I work in that industry. But the thing is that he got the nerve to come up in there and say that, and then tell him to stop having a pity party and take accountability. That was the first thing he's been doing when he was talking to Steffi,
Everybody.
he's been telling everybody it kills me to what happened. I know I shouldn't have did what I did. I'm sorry. I don't know how many times we got to hear this man apologize, and then people say you need to take accountability. What do you think he's doing?
And it's funny, the people telling him to take accountability has yet to ever take accountability in their life.
Thank you.
When have we ever seen Ridge take accountability for his actions? I'll wait.
Never.
Oh my God, you can sing, girl.
A little bit. A
Oh,
little bit.
just
But
a,
never.
oh, never. I mean, it's like the boy been telling anybody he can talk to. He told it to Liam. He told it to Ridge. He told it to Steffi, and they keep telling him, "You need to take accountability for your actions." What are we
Of
missing
all
here?
people.
What you say?
I said, of all people, Pinecone Poppy. We call him Pinecone Poppy because he's allowed the wind, pine cones, a keyhole, just make all of his decisions in his life. He is yet to make a grown man decision that involved his mom, a situation that served him. He's allowed everything else tailor his romantic life. At least Finn is standing up for the one woman that he wants. Can we say the same for Pinecone Poppy?
Or
No.
can we say it for Waffle Boy either?
Hell no.
Girl,
Nope.
oof, nope, nope.
Mm-mm.
And it's kind of cringy because I'm like, man, Finn, you don't know the half of what's going on. Those two kisses are still out there. Steffi is entertaining Liam's conversation. She's not saying get out. I'm still married. I need to figure this out with my husband. She's just letting them talk. And I'm looking at Finn like, dude, I honestly I kind of want you to deuce her out right now. So, I'm serious. That man took like who said that? I think that was Bree. Helped her
Yep.
when she was in the accident on that motorcycle, popping them pills. He dealt with a paternity situation
Yep.
because Liam ran his waffle behind over there, and she could have turned them away. Say, look, go talk to Hope. Make sure that what you saw is what you saw at Thomas's apartment. Nope, she slept with him. So now we got a paternity situation with Hayes. You took a bullet to the belly for this woman. And then you turn around and had two kisses, and then y'all sitting back talking about, I don't know if I could trust you. Man, please, you can miss me with that one.
For real. That was just too funny to me. And Steffi was the biggest. Ugh. I can't.
Go ahead, Nicole.
Oh Lord, with Steffi, they got my girl going down bad. Like they have my girl regressing, like from this badass boss, you know, to have her take. It's like they got her taking 5 steps forward to have her take it 10 steps back if she goes back to Liam. And guess what? We all know how this is gonna play out. This is gonna be a hot ass mess. And guess who's gonna get her at the end? Steffi. And guess who's gonna be the blame for it? Steffi, cause she knows better.
Yep, I agree. I agree. And that's the whole thing about this. This man is, this girl is still married. If I had the chance, I would. Man, I don't know why I ever let you go. We know why. Because you was sniffing around
Yeah.
Hope when the girl was having Kelly. Girl, mm. Why do we need to go back down this road?
This is disgusting. It's just really
It's
disgusting.
it's just unnecessary. The girl had moved on. The thing is, Steffi, we felt so bad for Steffi that the fans were to the point where like we need to get her a new man because we
Exactly.
seen Liam just just the way he's treated both of these girls. Well, actually, any woman that he's been with, really. He'll say like sweet nothings over here, and then want to keep his secrets, and then want to do this, and it's the fact that she's even entertaining this man. That's why I was furious that she allowed this man to express his feelings for her. She should have slapped him. She should have threw any and every reason as to why she's not with him and with Finn. She should have stood up for her husband and why she loved him. But no, she's okay to be in Liam's face, but your husband, the same man who took a bullet for you because you stuck on stupid Steffi, decided you want to chase the Michael Myers of daytime in an alley, and then causing your husband to get shot. You don't want to give that man an opportunity to plead his case, to try to fight for his family, but you have no problem keeping Liam's secrets, Liam's kisses, professing his love. You have no problem entertaining that.
Listen,
I don't. She just disgusted me.
girl, listen, that man was touching her face. Did you remember he put his hand up to her cheek and was stroking her cheek a little bit? And I'm like, you gonna let this man touch your face? And you ain't saying nothing, you ain't flinching, like, don't touch me, don't do this. She's entertaining it. And that's what bothers, because I was a Steffi fan. I'm like, listen, when she told Liam, what was that, 4-5 years ago, I'm standing up for myself. I don't need you, blah, 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 blah. And then they brought Finn on. Everybody was singing and dancing. Finn and Steffi. Hashtag sin. They've been doing all of this. And he's been putting up with a lot. I mean, we just went through a whole litany of stuff. But Liam just comes over there, drop that on you, on her, and she says nothing. But you're not taking Finn's phone calls. How do you know he don't want to check on his son? He got a son over there with you.
Exactly.
I mean, those are y'all kids, not just yours. Because she was saying, I have to protect my kids. Okay, but that's his son too.
And you know what?
Exactly.
This goes back to what you guys were saying earlier. She's perfectly fine going to work, being able to be out in the general public, but you're terrified of Sheila. So you're just concerned about just your children's safety, but not your husband's. Wouldn't you want to be in the same place, the same area? Why don't you ask your husband to come live with you and Eric? If you have all the security, you want to protect your family, and you're not trying to go back to Liam. Where is this? Or you guys could have got a hotel. Actually, they could have went out of state or out of the country if they were so terrified. But no, she did this the same way she did this to Wyatt, where she ran back to her granddaddy's house so she can, hopscotch between Liam and whoever that she's with. She's doing the same thing she did to Wyatt to Finn, and it's
just said about her moving around town and stuff like that. I don't know if any of you guys, even in the comment section, or you two ladies, did you notice that the door was unlocked?
Yep.
Liam walked right in. Finn walked right in. And I'm like, for somebody that is afraid of her own shadow right now, y'all not locking doors? You traveling and going back and forth to work? Who's to say Sheila wouldn't intercept you in the parking lot if you so afraid? Make that make sense. You moving like you saying one thing, but you moving differently. No, man.
No, she's doing the same. This is the same rinse and repeat storyline that she had where she was married with Tim Wyatt, and Quinn was the crazy one. She was so terrified of Quinn, even though Eric was the one who let Quinn enter their lives like completely as a forester. And she could have stuck with Wyatt when he was her husband, but no, she let Liam creep in. They kept secrets, little kisses and stuff, and then she got with Liam. This is the same thing. It's like you want rinse and repeat Liam over gorgeous, fine, intelligent, only for you Finn, and that's just unfortunate. And I at this point I want better for Finn because he doesn't even deserve Steffi. Stuck on stupid Steffi.
Ooh, wait, Keisha.
I agree with that because
Look, Keisha
and you know
is
what's
cutting up
surprising?
in the she cutting up in the comment section. Go ahead.
I was just saying that I be on Twitter a lot, and there's a lot of steam shippers, more than I thought. And I'm like, is y'all? Do y'all have goggles on your faces? Do y'all see? Here's my thing. I can't get behind Steam because of Liam. Until his waffling waist stuff, I cannot get behind the shit. I just can't. Until he becomes a better man for Steffi, I just can't get. For me, I just can't get behind. I just can't get behind Steve because Liam is terrible as a character. I love Scott Clifton, but I can't stand Liam as a character, as a whole, as a person, because he's too selfish and he's greedy and he's a hypocrite, and that annoys me to no end.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Finn is trying to be. He ain't looking at nobody else but Steph. He even said, "You the woman I've been waiting for. You know, you the love of my life." All of that. Whereas Liam history, because his pattern over the past decade should have showed Steffi like, dude, I don't care what you saying. We done been down this road before. I don't want to hear nothing you have to say. If you want to see your daughter, go check on your daughter. But I'm married. Let me figure this out.
Yep, she could have done that. She really could have done that where it counted when this man was professing his feelings to her. She should have stopped him right in his tracks. But once again, she chooses to be vulnerable to Liam. And I think you guys said it last week. She'll never say no to Liam. I think that someone brought that up when Steffi had told Brooke years back. I'll never say no to Liam. And it's true. Um, I kind of laugh at the fact that Ridge really asked Liam, does he have feelings for Steffi? And then Liam did like a kind of like a roundabout way until towards the end, like, yeah, I love Steffi. It's like, we have this history. We do this, we do this. And then Ridge was like, look, do you love my daughter? Do you have feelings for my daughter? And then Liam said yes. And Ridge was like, okay. Ridge sees too much of himself in Liam to where he's going to put the battery in Liam's back. We're going to see Steffi giving more time and attention to Liam. And poor Finn is just, he devoted his life and, to be a good man to this woman who doesn't deserve it. Just stuck on stupid.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, I agree with that. And, it was almost like Ridge was looking at a mirror talking to Liam. That's why he
Pretty
was like,
much.
okay, because he knows exactly because they both, like I said in my recap video, King Waffler and Waffler Boy. I mean, the two peas in a pod. That's how they move, both of them.
There's no waffle boy no more. It's little puke down.
Well, that's
Oh.
well. We got to get to that. Yeah, we got to get to that conversation, that confrontation between Finn and Liam, because might as well go there now. Finn, what they could have done, because Wyatt was there first, trying to get him to consider his feelings. I would have preferred that Wyatt was still there, and while they were talking, Finn walked up and heard it.
That would have been interesting.
You
I would
know,
have liked to have seen that, but, that requires great writing.
of course. But instead, he did get caught, though. He got caught pulling that little picture of him, Steffi, and Kelly out of that cabinet. And he was like, I know what you're doing, you little puke boy. The little puke. That word, that phrase was trending on Twitter. Girl.
I know. I was all over. I was like crying, laughing. Oh my god! It was almost trending right next to the Alabama brawl. On
Really?
it was like, yes. If anybody was following on Twitter this week, the Alabama brawl was talked all weekend. It's still talked about now, technically, but I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday. It was trending little puke. And actually, somebody asked Tanner, "Oh, was this scripted or an ad lib?" He meant it was an ad lib, so that was off script.
Nice. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's even what he really wanted to say. He has had to put puke where the real word should be.
Listen, if this was another channel, yeah. This daytime, so I don't think he
we know the real answer, but we'll go with little puke.
little
Little puke.
puke. You little puke. Oh my God. And the thing is, he kept overemphasizing about his daughter. And when Finn was like, look, I'm a doctor. Okay, listen, I save lives all the time. What you need to do is stop coming for my wife.
Once
Yeah.
again, he made sure he put that PhD right where it look. I I got your wife, I saved her, and I was always going to protect these kids. But we know what you're doing. That's why he called him Little Puke, because it's the same regurgitated act that Liam does whenever he is without a woman. He tries to backtrack and tries to go after any and everybody's woman, whether they're married or not. And I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
Finn called him out. And he wasn't being a simp and crying and pleading. No, he went straight to the problem and he addressed it. And I appreciated that. That's why I love Finn.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. I'm not gonna lie. I just told T a few days ago. I love when he's mad. It's really hot. So yeah, there's that.
Oh, okay. So Linda Jackson says she heard it was supposed to be Little Punk, but what came out of Tanner Noblin's mouth was Little Puke instead. So I guess they decided, hey, let's use it.
Look, they tried to fill in. They tried to put whatever word they could that outside of the real word they wanted to say and what we all were feeling and thinking. But we'll call him Little Puke for now. That's fine. But we know what we're all thinking.
Well, listen,
Because
obviously it was the best word to use if it was trending. You know,
yep, I agree.
but yeah, but like Jay Money said, Puke describes Liam a lot better. Cause it was just stomach turning to watch. I was like, Liam, come on. I don't even know why I let you go. I'm like,
I think I threw a pillow when he said that.
girl,
I had to I had to do a bombastic sight eye.
bombastic. Yes, you gotta give him that for real. I'm sitting up there like, dudes, you've been doing this. It's not even believable at this point because he do the same song and dance with not just Hope and Steffi. He's been doing that with, he did it with Sally. He did it with Ivy. It's like, dude, you just rinse, wash, and repeat a script out of your mouth. Well, no pun intended. But he just keeps saying the same thing over and over again, and then give it another year, he leaves Steffi and then be telling Hope, I don't know why I left you in the first place. I don't know, why did we get a divorce? Mm-hmm. I'm over Liam. I'm just over
Me
it.
too.
Now we got to talk about this conversation that happened between Finn and Steffi, because like you said, I know we kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but she kept bringing up, because even though he apologized for what happened at the beach, he even apologized for saying what he said to Sheila. He even said, I was wrong for telling you to give my mom some slack. And then she go all the way back to the courthouse. I need you to explain this too. What? Well, okay, Go ahead. Go ahead.
How she treated her husband th- I and I really felt Finn. Like I truly believed everything that he was saying. He genuinely loves his wife. He genuinely is trying to save his marriage and protect his family. And he immediately called that girl out. I was like, "You still have feelings for Liam?" And she couldn't say nothing. Just sitting there stuck on stupid, having feelings for the same man who has broken your heart numerous of times. Meanwhile, you're not even trying to consider forgiving your own husband who had an error in judgment. He's been doing right and doing good for you this entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Every step of the way, even taking a bullet for your stupidity, trying to chase after Michael Myers in the alley. How dare you? But this man deserves far better. If she can't accept that man's plea, the way he poured his out to his wife, we've seen far less effort from Ridge and Liam when it comes to women. This man really poured his heart out to Steffi far more than she deserved.
Yep. Did y'all see the spoiler pick for next week?
Yes, I did.
Hold
I
on.
Oh
haven't
I'm
seen it
gonna I'm
yet.
gonna put it on the screen. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull it up so I can share it with you guys. Here's a spoiler alert because I'm like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Hold on. Let me go.
Because I
Oh,
haven't seen this yet.
okay.
I have.
I
Oh,
have. Oh my god, I saw it yesterday. Um, okay. Let me pull it over. Where
I
is it?
just want to know, do you
Oh, here
think
it
it's
is.
gonna have things going dark all the way, or they just showing he's just showing aggression? You know.
Okay, hold on one
I think.
second. Go ahead. Let
Oh, I'm
me.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't. I think that he's just having mixed emotions as far as like who he is as a person. Well, he's well aware of who he is as a person, but like where he's coming from, and I think he all his life he knew that his birth mother was out there, and yeah, she has a very complicated past. But I think he wants to kind of know where he comes from, if that makes sense. He wants to know more about Sheila. So I don't think he'll turn dark. I think he just has that natural curiosity. Like if a person was adopted, I'd assume they would have that natural curiosity as to who their birth parents were.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Okay, let me put this picture up because people were asking about it. It kind of popped up quickly. I couldn't get it off the screen quick enough. But here it is. Oh, hold on. Come on, move. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna move it over to the center. Yep. You see it now, Bree? Did you?
Oh wow,
Yep.
she looks just looking weak and sorry. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Now you see what I mean? Like disgusted, just disgusted.
Yep.
I'm telling you, they got my girl going out bad.
Yep. And you mean to tell me that man is like 2 seconds off the side of your mouth? And we know where he wants to land that kiss, right? And you just standing
Mm-hmm.
there?
Yeah, she just sorry. Just look at this. Look at that face. Just look at this. Like, oh my God, Liam, I'm so weak against you. And this is supposed to be strong-willed Steffi, happy about her husband, her marriage. She moved on. She's not part of the triangle, love mess, whatever, whatever. And you see how weak she turns for Liam. This is sad. This is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you know what I'm starting to think? You know, a lot of people are debating this on Twitter today. I'm starting to think people will write that Steffi settled for Finn. As much as I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to believe it at this point because Liam wasn't a choice anymore.
I
She
agree.
could have had that choice because remember when they had that one night stand and they was talking about they didn't regret the night. Remember that?
Well, which time? Because they slept together a lot when they were with people.
Remember the around the paternity of baby Hayes?
Yep. Yeah, they had a moment where they had that clarity, and they realized they made a mistake, but they couldn't keep that secret because Steffi got herself pregnant, so they didn't even bother to use protection.
Nope.
So she was more than comfortable with Liam. I think there is. You're 100% right. Finn was the placeholder for Liam, and that's why I keep saying the opportunity presents itself. When Liam becomes available and he's all for Steffi, she would drop Finn like it happened, and we're slowly seeing that.
Well,
yeah, and it's disgusting.
Well, here's my thing: is that with all that going on, where you got Ridge worried about Sheila, Brooke worried about Sheila, Steffi and Liam worried about Sheila. Sheila was over at Deacon getting her back blown out this week.
She sure was.
She was nowhere to be found. They're like, well, she could be lurking outside and she could be here. Sheila is in Deacon's bed.
And I'm like, no one thought to call Deacon, especially since they know that the involvement that she had with. Well, did they know that she was involved with Deacon during the investigation? Or did they did Ridge and like Bill say they kept that secret?
They kept it secret because they do know that he's been
Right.
involved with Sheila in that way.
Then there you go. Then Ridge could have called Deacon. It's like, have you seen Sheila? We'll keep her there, or something. It really could have took a phone call. It did not need to take. All of a sudden, they need security, but they don't ever use a lock. And Steffi had to go run to her granddaddy's house, but can't be in the house with her husband. Meanwhile, Sheila is just free, relaxing, being. She's not at that girl's doorstep like this for her to be moving like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, now we did hear Sheila say to Deacon, they better be, hopefully she's grateful, blah blah blah. But we ain't seen Sheila but one day this week, and I think it was Tuesday. When her and Deacon was getting their freak on. The girl put on her lingerie, threw Deacon on the bed, and it was over. Because Deacon tried to kick her out, and she was like, oh no, you don't want me to leave.
I was like, okay. Pulling out from Brooke's bedroom. Okay, see you.
Oh man, so while y'all sitting around here shaking in y'all boots and fussing and arguing, that girl ain't thinking about none of y'all right now. Deacon ain't either. Deacon is like, y'all go ahead and be fussing. I got business to take care of over here. So, yeah.
On a side note, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
On a side note, why is this man in a studio apartment still and he owns a restaurant?
I know, right? They could at least upgrade his place. You see, they gave Adam a place over on The Young and the Restless. He got Lily's in them old place.
And that's a good fit for him. Mm-hmm. But like Deacon, he went from a broom closet to the studio with a pull-out couch, and he owns a whole restaurant. I really want them to elevate some of these characters, especially Deacon, because I love Deacon. Mm-hmm. But how is it she's going to go from lingerie and then you have to be like, oh, let me stop so I can pull out my bed from under my couch? Like, no, that's just not sexy. But I mean, it worked because she sure did it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I was just not happy this week with this Liam Steffi thing. I'm just disappointed because we moved Steffi out of that triangle. I mean, Liam does not have to have a woman right now.
No, he doesn't. It would be nice if they gave that man a break from a woman. He's been going through like a whole love triangle, love back and forth for like since we've known Liam.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice if he focuses like on work or like starting a business venture or even he turns crazy. I don't get Scott Clifton can play these characters. It's just you don't have to put him with another woman. My question is, when are these kisses gonna come out?
Oh my God, tell me about it. I can't wait.
Me neither. And like it, you know, I was trying to figure out who was gonna be the Stitch, and I'm starting to think it's either gonna be one of three people that's gonna say something. Either it's gonna be Sheila catching them doing something, or Kelly, or it's gonna be Liam. It's only possibly three people. If there's gonna be a snitch, it's gotta be one of these three people.
What did y'all think about Liam saying, calling Hope, his taking off his Hope goggles?
Ooh, we.
Oh, that pissed me off. Oh God, I was like, "Are you serious?"
That girl was all about Liam. And the fact that he compared her to like a hazy part of his past, that irritated me. This girl wanted to lose her virginity. She has like went through a lot of tears for him. And I'm just and I'm like, at one point, you kept saying that this the Hope was the love of your life. So are you saying Steffi was the one that got away and is the love of your life? Which one is the Brooke in this situation for you?
Mm-mm. Yeah. LaShanta brought up in the comments section, Hope and Liam are still married. So and Steffi did mention that. So they signed divorce papers, but they didn't file them. It's been like, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Well, you know how they do with the daytime thing. I think they did like the whole 6 months till you can be divorced or something like that. They should have just gone with an annulment as much as they said it. Both Hope and Liam, they love throwing the word annulment out. Like, oh, it didn't work out, annulment. They could have done it in this case if their marriage didn't mean anything to them, and they want to break free from each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my thing is, you just come off of the in the process of a divorce, you just like, take off my Hope glasses. It's like, okay, but you spent, was the kiss that big of a turn off to you that you go run to Steffi? I guess so. The kiss in Rome with Thomas, because he just pretty much, we don't even hear him think about Hope at all.
And well, Hope ain't thinking about Liam either.
Right, but you know, but she kind of plays on that comment when Brooke said, "Don't you hate this has happened to you?" Well, you know, I really didn't want this to happen this way. It's like, okay, dude, yeah.
And I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe that she did not want it to happen this way particularly. I think it crushed her when she's a person who's known for being so forgiving. To hear that the man that she kept forgiving not forgive her, I think that crushed her. So I think, like, yeah, I didn't want it to happen this way. Like, if I had the chance, I would have worked it out. But he said otherwise. And more than likely it was because he knew he had the other option, which was Steffi.
Yeah.
Did y'all see Jay Buddy's?
Yeah, I saw it. I was just about to read his comments. He said, as far as Hope's but JJ is concerned, she still ain't married. That thing is singing Thomas. J Money is a mess.
It was speaking volumes to her for 4 episodes. It sure did.
Oh my goodness. She was clearly bothered when Steffi said she moved in. Who was clearly? Keisha, who was clearly? She was clearly bothered when Steffi said she'll move in with Eric. Oh, you're talking about Hope. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because she knew that Liam has an opening, like a safe place where he's able to go in and out of freely,
Mm-hmm.
without having to worry about Finn.
Yep, I agree with that. That is true. Ooh, child. Yeah,
And you know
well,
what's another thing that I noticed
go ahead.
is that is that when they was when Hope and Steph was having that discussion about Liam at the office, it's almost like she knew she was right all along, but she didn't want to be. It
That's what
kind
you
of
picked
confirmed
up?
everything that she was saying.
That's what you picked up?
Kind
Okay.
kind of in a way. So it's like, damn, I really didn't want to be right, but I. It's also it solidified the decision that she made the right choice, but to sign the divorce papers.
I think it eased her guilt a little bit because she was still fantasizing about Thomas prior to Italy because she wanted that man. It
Mm-hmm.
was clear, and she was maybe confused by her feelings or uncomfortable with her feelings, but she knew they were there for Thomas. And I think when she kissed Thomas and that came out, Liam found out all of that. And then when he kind of threw it in her face and she asked for forgiveness, then, you know, she knew that if she were to like mess up by any means, she knew that Steffi was always his backup plan or his main plan, I guess now since Hope was the mistake and that he's wearing he got his Hope goggles off. But she was all for him and loved this man. But I think throwing Steffi in the mix just kind of eased her guilt and ease
Oh, of
her
course.
accountability.
Of course. Because
Oh yeah,
you should, if you want this man, it shouldn't be trying to find an excuse of why you want to be with him. You want him because you want him. And to say, "Ooh, I can use this as an excuse of why," because Liam will never make me a priority, which is true. It's true. But she's hanging on that to kind of justify, because we have yet to hear, and I know we kind of touched on this a little bit early. We really haven't heard her here to anybody else, even outside her mom, because she had the conversation with Deacon too, even though I think Brooke was sitting there. But it was always like, I don't know what the future hold. I'm not sure yet. I went through a lot with my divorce and all of this, but it's like, girl, yeah, you've been, sleeping with Thomas. So what we doing here? Stop telling that boy stuff that you may not be 100% genuine on. So
Do you guys think it's weird that Hope and Lyrian's marriage ended because of a kiss? Of all things that these two have kind of been through, that a kiss is what a kiss with Thomas is what killed it. And it's not like she hasn't had kisses with Thomas before. We've seen them. Um, do you think that Liam had like wanted an out in his marriage and he just took it?
I mean, it's possible that because of
that
his
that could be
history.
very possible.
Mm-hmm. That.
Mhm.
Because he wasted no time saying no to Hope. It's like all of a sudden he has standards. Well, actually, I really can't say that. I'll take that back. I'll take that back because when he found out that Steffi had slept with his dad, he was quick to leave and jump right back into Hope's arms.
Yep. And then when he saw Thomas kissing that mannequin, he thought it was Hope. He ran right back over
Whoop,
to Steffi.
slipped right back over,
And
back in his back pocket.
he did the exact same thing Ridge did. Ridge thought that Brooke did the CPS call. He didn't even have a conversation. He just took off to Aspen. And then this fool didn't even check with Hope to say, "Hey, was that you in Thomas' apartment?" Nope, he took off over to Steffi.
Just ridiculous. It's
Mm.
just ridiculous. The Pinecone Poppy, just, oh my lord. Pinecone, and the thing is, as old as Pinecone Poppy is, he's the main one who allows circumstances to dictate most of his life and his situations. So
Mm-hmm.
this is no different.
Just like that stupid. Well, I don't know. Let me just make sure because I don't know if that's a real keyhole that people travel tourists to go see. So I don't want to get talk out of turn because unless they, I don't know if they made that up or was that actually something that goes on in Rome. But you look through a keyhole, you see Brooke, and now there's your dusty destiny card coming out the drawer. It's like, come on. Ever since Taylor said that, you and your dusty destiny card, I'm like, oh, that was beautiful.
And we rarely haven't seen Taylor. I cannot wait to get her reaction on everything
Oh, she
next
gonna
week.
have
Me
a lot
too.
to say on Tuesday.
I hope so. I hope so. I miss her because her daughter really needs her right now. Because it's a mess.
You know what I think is going to happen? I think Taylor is going to be on Finn's side, trying to push Steffi and Finn to keep their marriage, and I think Rich is going to push Steffi towards Liam's direction.
Oh gosh. But I don't
I
think
think
that's
that's
gonna
what's going to
make Brooke
happen.
happy though, because Brooke won't Liam with hope.
Well, Brooke has she just got to get over herself. Look, Hope, she already knew what she walked into when she saw Hope and Thomas together. You know, you're not going to stop that train anytime soon. You know what it's like to be with a Forrester man. You know because you've also wanted Thomas at one point in your life too. So you're going to have to let your daughter just go through the motions. If she's meant to be with Liam, I mean, Destiny. If it's destiny, then she'll be with them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I agree. I agree. All right. Did we cover everything this week? Oh yeah. By the way, one other thing. Donna taking them kids to go get ice cream. Where's your security team? Remember, y'all scared of Sheila. I just wanted to say that. So.
I forgot about Donna, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
Too.
that scene, Steffi was talking through the door. All right, Donna, blah, blah, blah. She walked in, did not lock the door behind her. Liam came in and said, oh, Donna took them for ice cream. I'm like, huh? And you didn't lock the door? Liam just walked right in? But you afraid of Sheila could be anywhere around the corner. Oh, okay.
That's why Steffi disgustes me. She's just, oh, she needs several seats.
Oh, well, you got some. Let me not say that. You got some chairs.
I got a lot of chairs. I got too many chairs. I ran out. Some people are going to sit on the floor, but as long as they sit down, that's what they need to do.
um, J Money says she also forgot to lock the door after saying goodbye to the kids. Isn't that what I was talking about? I thought. Was that a different scenario than them going for ice cream, Jay? Let me know. I don't want to miss nothing. Yeah, Jenna said Liam had been ranting about Thomas for over a year. How did you turn that off?
Yes, he was.
So not he ain't even thinking about Thomas no more. I mean, he's just like poof. Cause that boy couldn't even go to work. He was always at Forrester wondering what Thomas was doing.
He sure was. Even at work now, he's still not working.
Yes.
He done found something else to keep him out the office. Like, oh, Steffi needs me. Okay, I want to be at work. Okay, bye. And he put his.
Listen, listen. Bill need to come back and like, dang, did we get any work done here?
Speaking of which, this grown boy is living at your house. I'm surprised Bill hasn't said anything about this divorce to Hope, his feelings for Steffi, because he was the main one who was pro Steffi and Liam. I'm surprised he hasn't had a thing to say about this.
Yeah, that's a
Girl,
shock.
ooh, child, This thing is
Yeah.
a hot mess. Well, the thing is, Bill was always pro Steffi. He is
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
team Steffi.
Even he had to have a piece.
Oh,
It
Well,
happened.
damn. just threw that
Oh,
grenade out down the door.
that is hilarious. She said he had to have peace too.
Well, and she gave it
Well,
to
she
him.
ain't wrong.
Mm-mm. She was, well, I mean, she was with Wyatt. She was also with Liam. She was with Bill. She had the whole Spencer boys.
See, she is
Yep.
following Brooke's playbook to the T. Good for her, because we at least know that we're going to get at least a couple of decades
Oh
worth
my God.
of Steffy.
Damn, really free.
Oh my God. Hey, Nicole and Bree, did y'all see what J Money just put in the chat?
Let me see.
No, you did.
Jay is
I'm
funny.
sorry.
Jay is funny. Oh my God. I ain't finna open the can of worms. That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
Woo! We're going to rebrawl.
Even still, then there would not be enough seats
That
for the
would be
people
enough
approved
seats.
seats today
Mm-mm.
or tonight.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
All right, I think we could. We unless y'all got something else, y'all done with these folks on bold.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
done.
yeah, I'm ready to throw them away at this
All
point.
right.
And I miss my hubby on TV.
What
Who's
hubby?
your husband?
Thomas!
Oh,
Oh
I
Lord.
thought she was about to say Carter. I was like, what? What?
No. Thomas is my man.
Okay,
That they forever to infinity and beyond. Remember that?
okay, that's fine. Thomas is your man, just as long as y'all know that Carter is mine, and Nate, and Chance. But
Wait a minute. How you just gonna take a whole crew of dudes?
well,
Dang.
if Brooke can do it, I can do it too. Now, okay.
Oh. Oh.
Ouch. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Bree, go ahead.
Hmm.
Look, I love Carter. I'll marry Carter. I'll have a little thing with Nate and Chance. It's just something fine to look at.
What about Adam?
Adam is sexy. He's just not my type.
Okay,
'Cause
gotcha.
I like the rugged beard. Like I don't know. I like that sort of thing. It's sexy to me. And
Okay.
Carter, he's like, especially when he has this stubble and the gray comes out. That's sexy to me.
Okay. All right, girl. All right, so let's get these last three segments because we're going to also have at the end who's our star of the week for each show. But first, we're going to do the flip the script. So, if there's a particular storyline that you wish that you could change, this is where we flip the script. So, what do you guys have for The Young and the Restless?
Uh, I guess for me, I would flip Phyllis's verdict because I feel after everything that she kind of did, especially the pain that she caused her children and her grandchild, I think it would have done her some good. And I think actually would have been some great scenes too if we saw Phyllis go to jail and prison and really think about what she's done. And I mean, I think that would have been interesting to see Michelle Stafford go back to prison again.
Okay. What you got, Nicole?
Same for me. I think that people ain't gonna learn until they really get down, you know, till they hit rock bottom. Then some people just ain't gonna get it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think my flip the script would have been on, and I think I kind of talked about this earlier. If Victoria and Nate or whatever had decided to go ahead and do the merger, which keeps the companies from being redundant, I would have them do it that way, but then put Adam out. Now, the only reason I want Adam out is because now he would have to create his own. So yeah, let's merge the companies, but Adam won't be a part of the merger. They could have still did that and carved him out. And then now, create something where Adam is like, you know what, forget it. I'm going up against all of y'all with my own company. That would have been mine. What y'all got for bold?
For me, it would have been nice for Finn to kind of spell out to Liam all of how he's hurt Steffi instead of just calling him toxic. Actually, spell out how he's been toxic and why she's with him and why she's with Finn in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What you got, Nicole?
Ah, for me, I think with Steffi, I wish she would have said, I look, I love, that she loves Ben back, cause, did you realize that he said that he said it to her, she didn't say it back? Did y'all,
Oh, I didn't see it. Did you pay attention to that?
like,
I think, yeah.
Oh, you heard it. Okay.
that has me worried, and that's why that the whole they bring it back seeing full force has me troubled right now. So it's almost like, at least act like you give a damn about your husband. Like, golly.
Mm-hmm. My flip the script would have been that whole confrontation between Finn and Liam. I need to see something similar to what we saw in the closet over at Il Giardino that Ridge and Deacon had. We need some bloodshed, some fists, something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's gonna come to that. I guarantee it.
Listen, I'm not promoting any type of problems. I don't know if I could use the V word over here, but I'm just saying, if you gonna give us Deacon and Ridge with Brooke standing over there talking about don't hurt him, um, we could have had a little bit more. Even though I do think Finn got his point across, but I kind of was. Everybody was looking forward to that confrontation between these two.
Me too. I really wanted some fisticuffs. Like, I really wanted the whole thing. I don't know if you know that song, Notes If You Buck. I
Oh wait,
want that
wait a
put in
minute,
the
hold on.
background.
Did you? You didn't say the F word, did you?
No, she didn't.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
This says Nuck If You Buck. Nuck
Okay,
If You Buck.
okay, gotcha.
That's the name of the song.
Yeah,
Yeah, Nuck.
gotcha.
I get what you're saying. They definitely need to put the Dukes up. They need to fight it out, especially because Steffi did the worst thing that she could have ever done to Finn, which is like sleep with another man and Hayes could have been Liam's. That was
Mm-hmm.
more of a reason to fight than anything.
Right. Exactly. Yep. So, all right. Who is taking? Oh, wait a minute. Let me get these in the comment. Okay. So, Ron Julian. Oh, Kimmy's Phyllis goes to jail. Ron says Finn walks in on Deacon and Sheila sleeping together. I don't think he want to see
Oh,
that.
Jesus.
Lashanta says Finn didn't hug Sheila and turn his back on Kelly. She wished they could have changed that. Jenna said give her chance, by the way, Bree. Um, Short and Sassy said Finn punches Liam in the mouth while telling him to leave his wife alone. Jasmine said her bowl flip was Flynn knocking little puke out. Um, let's see, fight for Keisha. And flip the script, Steffi tell Liam to take a hike. Alright, who y'all got taking seats this week? On Young and the Restless first.
I'm gonna need for. I think I had Ashley in the seat last week. I'm gonna need for Nate, Audra, and Victoria to kind of take a seat. They're all kind of in over their heads. I'm kind of glad that Audra was knocked down a peg a bit, but Victoria, she's gonna be stuck on stupid. Whatever, however, Nate is knocking her head on the headboard at that hotel has knocked her stupid yet again. And then you got Audra, and Nate who are about to their world's about to come crashing down, and I wanted them to sit down and really think about their choices.
Okay. And what you got, Nicole?
Phyllis as always, so that's not a biggie.
Oh, who do you have taking a seat?
Phyllis.
Oh, Phyllis. Okay. Gotcha. Um, my taking a seat is Ashley. And we missed another storyline with that whole thing with Ashley, Billy, and Jack. Because Billy is playing, well, I don't know what he's doing because they offered him Jabot. And then he played the role a little bit too well, like Diane said. Like, wait a minute, something going on with our Trojan horse. Um, but yeah, I gotta give Ashley. I'm just over. You took up the baton where Phyllis dropped off, and I think somebody told her, "Listen, do you see what it did to Phyllis? With you, what you're doing? Look at how it happened for Phyllis. You know." So yeah, I gotta put Ashley in the seat this week. I was over her and Audra too. You know that whole thing is messy. All right, what y'all got for bold?
Everybody.
Really, you gonna put Finn in the seat too?
Dude, he got on my nerves too. It's almost like
Okay, gotcha.
everybody just got on my nerves this week.
Okay, who you got taking a seat, Bree?
Um, let's see, because there's quite a few. Stuck on Stupid, Steffi, yet again, Steffi. Um, just the fact, for one, the fact that she didn't defend her marriage and stood up for her husband. The fact that she's allowing this raggedy human being trying to worm his way back into her love life is just so stupid. And you got Land of O Lakes, Lame Butters, this sack of sorry waffle boy Liam, who frankly he doesn't even need a seat. He just needs an airplane. He needs to fly anywhere outside of Los Angeles, kind of come to grips with himself before he tries to drag down this girl yet again with more BS. And also Pinecone Poppy. The fact that he had the nerve to call Finn stupid, of all people. There's nothing living in Rich's head except for himself. He thinks for himself and what he wants, and the fact that you called the doctor stupid is comical.
Exactly, exactly. My seat is Hope. RJ gets a seat until they figure out what they really want to do with him. And then Waffle. I'm gonna let you keep that one, Bree, with the whole pine cone. Um, but yeah, Waffle King and Waffle Boy, they were just, oh my god. And then you got the nerve. This man tells you who's very married. Your daughter's very married. That yeah, I love your wife. I love your daughter. Sure do. I want her back too. Oh, okay. And walk out the door. You should have been like,
Like it
look,
was nothing.
like it was nothing. But that's who he is. So you know what? Both of them can sit together in a twin seat. You and your Waffle Boy Junior, because it's just pathetic. Oh my God. Let me see. We got a whole bunch of seats in these comment sections.
Dang.
Oh my God. Let me back it up. Okay. Ron says Ashley, Audra, and Nate. LaShanta says Audra, Nate, Vicky, Daniel, and Summer. Short and sassy, Nate, Audra, Tucker, and Victor for creating this whole debacle. TA says Sharon take a seat, always trying to tell Adam what to do. I agree with that. She told her to put her apron back on. Nate can knock. Ooh, Jennifer Lane said Nate can knock her head to the headboard.
Ooh.
Oh. Lord have mercy.
All right, Jennifer, I see you.
It's working for Victoria.
It's working for Victoria. The girl can't even think straight. Anyway, that was a good one. Oh my God. We always say talk about people backs getting blown out. We ain't talking about knocking headboards. I gotta use that one. Okay, Kimmy says Phyllis, her daughter, needs to take a seat. Ron says Finn, Liam, Steffi, Brooke, Hope, Ridge, and Josh Griffin. Josh Griffin. Josh Griffin is on Young and the Restless. Okay, but that would he do need to take a seat too. Jenna said Finn needs to clean Puke's clock. That's a good one, Jenna. Shabritha says Liam, Steffi, Ridge. Calvin P says Sharon needs to take a seat for Boss and Adam around in business. Benita said take a big seat, Liam. Jennifer said a whole cast needs to take a seat on Bold. LaShanta said Finn, Hope, Sheila. Sheila is having a bed sheet right now. Kimmy says Liam needs to take a seat, Big and Steffi. Harvey, Brooke and Ridge. Dewan, Finn, and RJ need to take seats. J Money said, remember Finn told Liam he should punch him back when they slept with Steffi, so he definitely owes him a few swings. Absolutely.
True.
Absolutely. Bonita says RJ need to take a hike. Short and Sassy says on Bold, Steffi and Hope are being wishy-washy, and I need Liam taking a seat, preferably on an airplane leaving the country. J Money said RJ need to take a seat in the... okay. LaShanta says Brooke have a seat. Harvey don't like Ridge. T.A. says Steffi treated Finn horribly but acted like a Stepford wife to Slimeball Liam. Interesting. I forgot Wyatt is Kelly's uncle, according to Ron. Jasmine. Hold on. Oh my God, I lost my screen. Where'd it go? Hold on one second. Oops. Okay. Jasmine says, put Lil Puke and Dressmaker on the Ferris wheel seats. Since they keep going round and round. Jenna says, take a seat. Summer, Daniel. That's funny. That's a funny one, Jazz. Summer, Daniel, Nate, and Audra. Jennifer says the dressmaker calling Doctor stupid was hilarious. Yeah, that was bad. Jenna said, take a seat, Josh Griffin. Kimmy says, yes, the Waffler and the Waffler boy need to take plenty of seats. Bridget said, Josh Griffin. Oh, yeah, he is head writer for the YNR. Jenna said, I'm putting Ridge, Liam, and Steffi in a seat and the writers, and Bridget needs to take a seat. Oh.
I think she's talking about Bridge.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'm like, what? Alright, and then our final one, and then we're going to shut it down because we would have been on 3 hours. Who's the star?
The star. Now, are we basing it like just off of like the performance, just for the week, or
who was a star in your eyes this week?
I honestly feel like the actor Tanner Novin, who plays Finn, he has had like a great deal of scenes and a lot of range of emotions, and it was refreshing to see because we haven't really seen a lot of range with this character. Even after he got shot, they kind of kept him kind of closed off. You really didn't see too much of his personality or his emotions like that.
Mm-hmm.
But this actor has really been killing it this week. The scene that he had towards the end of this week with Steffi, that got to me because you can tell this man actually cares for her and he gives a damn about his family. So I will say hats off to him that he's been doing really great work this week.
Okay. And who's the star for you, Nicole?
It has to be between, of course, Tanner and Jackie.
Okay. Okay. Did y'all have anybody for YNR?
For YNR, I was really trying to think of that. I'm going to say the girl who plays Audra.
Oh,
I know I keep
Zalika
butchering her
Silver.
name.
Zalika
Z- Z-
Silver.
her, what you said, because I'm gonna butcher her name up.
Okay.
She, since she's like got on the show, this woman has been on everybody's, the tip of everybody's tongues. This character is just spicy and amazing, and I love seeing the range of this actress. So I would say this week, especially seeing her squirm, it was really good acting scenes with her.
Okay. What about you, Nicole? For Y&R?
I don't know at this point because I really got to keep up with Young and
Okay.
Restless.
Gotcha.
I'm more of a bold girl.
Okay. Okay, no problem. I would say on the Young and the Restless, I gotta give it to Vale Bloom, because she tried to go.
Oh, Heather.
Yes, she tried to go toe to toe with Christine. She did a good job of it too. She was about to have her recused. Like, I'm gonna get you up out of here since you wanna, you know. So I enjoyed that. And then on Bold, I just gotta give Tanner Novlin that little puke comment. Oh my God, that was her. I was rolling. I was laughing and kicking when I heard that. I was like, oh my God, no, he did not say you little puke. So,
That was great on his part.
yeah, I got to do that one. All right. So, okay, you guys, it was a good one. We did it. And I'm assuming, I know that Trish was having issues with her cable today. So I think they was having some outages or something. So that's why she's not here. And then of course Keish. I appreciate you guys, Bree. I should say you girls, Bree and Nicole for jumping in on the panel today. We had a great time. It was nice having a chat with you, Nicole.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on here.
Yeah, no problem. And thank you guys on the podcast side for hanging in there with us for the last 4 years. And then on the YouTube side of the world, I appreciate you guys showing up every Friday night to support the live chat. Also, hit that like button if you're not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. I'm close to 10,000 subscribers on this channel. So I will be doing a giveaway at 10K. So
Yay!
Stay tuned for that. I think I'm at like 9,500. So we need about 5 or 600 more subscribers to hit the 10K, and then we'll do a giveaway. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably drop that information in the community tab on how that's going to work, and it'll be something fun and a raffle or whatever. So recaps every day, both shows. I dropped the early spoilers for the Young and the Restless. I mean, for the Bold and the Beautiful already. The full spoilers come out on the weekend because I like to attach the promo to it, because sometimes what's in the spoilers or what we get verbally, when we see that promo, it changes everything. So that's why I know a lot of my fellow content creators, they tend to drop their spoilers usually on Friday or Thursday because they come out like today, this morning. But I usually try to wait for that promo, and then I'll, add that into the video so y'all can really get a clearer picture of what's going to be going down next week. So stay tuned for that. And check out the blog, check out Instagram, TikTok, and those other platforms because I post stuff over there too. All right, that's it. And you guys got anything else before we go?
I think you got a super chat from Jennifer.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. She was the one, I think, with the headboard comment. Listen, that was a good one. But thank you. I didn't even see that. I was busy, talking and looking at my other screen. Thank you so much. Yes, you can do the super stickers and super chats and that type of stuff. I know a lot of other content creators, they try to push for that. But, if you want to, I appreciate it. Otherwise, I understand. So, I appreciate you. All right, until this weekend with the spoilers and everything, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
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 Bye, everyone.